Yes, people, and welcome back to another edition of Spurs Kings TV. We're here. We're ready to move, man. Yeah, feedback. They're mad. Is that me?
Is everything good? Everything nice and crisp and clear?
We're good. We're going to move with this, man. People, man. Chinks in the building to tactics and preach, representing all their clubs. Talk to me, lads. How you doing? Boys? How you doing, Chinks, man?
Yeah, well, I'm good because about a week ago I was feeling a bit down because there were certain players that apparently told us no, and then all of a sudden they changed their mind,
Oh,
and then they decided that the other side of the ocean isn't that bad. Do you get what I'm saying?
so
And
me not
then
any English.
yeah, then they started speaking Scouse, like, lad, pack some potions, and then yeah, you realize what's going on. He said, "Fuck that shit, bro."
I started running, yeah. Hey,
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm good, man. Nice
yeah,
to see you. To see you, nice.
I hear it. And how are you doing? Two tactics, man. How's things?
Really good, really good. Landed from Newcastle Airport a couple of days ago after going to see the Stella Cup 2-day event there, preseason game. So the squad, the team looks ready. I know we're going to be talking about a few things, predictions. So I got to see my team up live and personal as well. So that was good to see. I also had a video vlog out today of that. So for folks, if they want to see it, they come see it as well. But as always a pleasure to be on here, ready to talk football, ready to banter, everything. Appreciate it. Good to see you guys.
Big up. You say real fans, man's coming on the jet plane. Jeez. All right. Hey.
Bro, I don't know about jet. It was economy. Like, it wasn't like jet. Like,
slow down.
One day.
And preach, man. Preach.
He got his trophies in the background.
Before we get into it, how are you, my friend? How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Ready to rumble.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah,
I'm good. You know, like you're good with like the context of on a scale of I'm pretty good, or you know, like good, proper good.
Jay said, I didn't even realize. Jay, good to see.
Yeah, I was thinking
good to hear you.
No, sorry, boys. I'm put my face on in a second. Sorry, preach. I know. I cut in, but I've had food poisoning, so I'm still getting myself together. But I thought Stefan was going to be here, and I was like, look.
He was here, but
apparently he's shattered. He said he's going to bed.
Yeah, he said.
The moment he hears Jay's voice over his laptop, I know he's going to just bounce out of bed and go to battle.
Yeah, I hear it, man. But listen, let's go straight to it, man. Zubimendi, he rejected a few clubs, and then there was it a here we go?
Nah.
It was an Ornstein bomber.
It was an Ornstein bomber. Sorry, my bad. Ornstein bomber and Liverpool fans, obviously they've been starving all window, haven't been fed, haven't been watered. And here we go. It was their first signing. It was a 6 as well, a DM, something they needed to kind of push on, and unfortunately the deal fell through, man. Who wants to go first, man? I'm gonna leave you last, preach. I'm gonna let preach talk about.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit on this. I'll put a little 2 cents on this. Hey, listen, Richard Hughes, my friend, compadre. This ain't Bournemouth now, mate. Can't be doing all this. Hold on, I've got a bit of an echo here. One sec. I know, yeah. So, no, I'm still getting an echo. One sec, boys. One sec. Let me bounce and come back. But yeah, I was in proper flow then. One sec.
Yeah, missed you up, yeah. Hey, Cheeks, take over whilst he sorts out his microphone, his technical issues, man.
Yeah, man. It's just you know what it is. It's just nice to see. Because, I've been through years of it, like just fumbling the bag, like when you just fumble the bag. Like, do you know? Remember 40 million and £1 and shit like that? Do you remember? Yeah. It's just, yeah. It's just nice that it's not us fumbling the bag anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because apparently he was interested, and then Liverpool should have just went and paid the release clause, and everything would have been nice and sorted. But no, they wanted to twiddle their thumbs. Do you know what I mean? They wanted to negotiate. They wanted to get their Denzel on. You can't handle the truth. Yeah, they wanted to negotiate. Yeah,
that's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing up references and everything, but I'm just happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy, man. Yeah, it's not us no more.
Go on to.
No, go on. Sorry, you was gonna say.
No, I was gonna say big up halftime Hooks, man, making his debut here on Spurs Kings TV. What are you telling me, broski? We're talking about the Liverpool unsuccessful debacle with their transfer. What do you make of the situation?
I find it funny, man, because them Liverpool man were gassed for a hot minute, boy. I was hearing all type of things, man. I was hearing pass this will be on the left hand side. But everybody say, hey, oh, hey.
That song was a bit wasteful. I'm back, boys. I'm back. What's going on, Hawks?
Yeah, what go on, Jay? What you saying? Yeah, man.
All good, bro. All good.
I was hearing.
Yo, listen, man's got his hand out like Devon Dudley looking for the hot tag. Come on, man. Tag me in.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah, hot tag. Listen, I was saying before, Richard Hughes, yeah, big man thing, yeah. Edwards has got to sit into one side and pattern him up. Be like, listen, bro, I brought you in, bro. Old boys club, bro. You can't be disgracing me. Because the way it is, right? I run a recruitment company. This is a simple counter offer. This is a simple job counter offer. Yeah? You know when you offer someone a job and they're like, hey, I'm going to take it. And then they go back to the other company and they say, hey, I'm putting in my notice, putting in my resignation. And they say, is there anything we can do to make you stay? Now, if you look at West Ham when they bought Todibo, that Tim Steidten was on the plane that Thursday night. He was on the plane because he said, you know what? I don't want this deal to botch for any reason. Let me go over there. Let me smooth this through. As far as I'm aware, I didn't hear any news of Liverpool sending a contingent out there. I didn't hear any news about Liverpool being in there. Maybe I'm wrong, but it to me sounded like Liverpool thought they'd done the deal and kind of took their foot off the gas. And you have to understand that, like, these Basque San Sebastian boys, they ain't moving for anything. It's hard to get these boys out of their clubs. I just think Liverpool maybe did the victory lap a little bit early on this one. They didn't dot the I's and cross the T's. You can make the argument the player reneged on the deal, but you go there, you wrap him in cotton wool, and you make sure he doesn't jump. So for me, I think it's a pretty decent size L for Richard Hughes in his first transfer window.
I'll add to that, and I think Jay's absolutely right. So, for instance, in Newcastle's case, when Tonali came to our attention, not only was the director fly over to Milan, our owners flew over to Milan. Everybody apart from Eddie Howe flew over to Milan to make sure that on the day he said yes, that we're going to sign the contract. And it's funny because the previous director under Liverpool, I remember you had a situation with Diaz when he said yes, because I think it was Tottenham and Liverpool that were neck and neck, and then Diaz said yes to Liverpool, and then your guy flew to Colombia to go get his signature. So yeah, this is a major L for Liverpool, and sometimes these things, even though these things do happen, but the problem is with social media, with how it's all come about, these things have a tendency to seep through into the changing rooms of people and kind of undermine the so-called the eliteness and the status of Liverpool. So yeah, major L, and it's good that we have a Man United fan here now to explain to Liverpool.
Hey, he kept it moving. He said, "No,
Yeah, it's crazy. But when you talk about what's that? Caicedo, Lavia,
Bellingham.
Bellingham,
Chouameni,
Chouameni, Euro.
Colwell.
Fucking hell.
Hey, Zabi Alonso.
Oh yeah, the manager Zabi
Alonso didn't win.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what you telling me, man?
Yo, do you know what? As much as I enjoy it,
Oh,
lads.
don't do that, yo.
As much as
Don't do that, yo.
as
Pylon.
as much as I enjoy it, and I would love to be the 25th person that puts a boot in. Look, I'd love to, but players say no to clubs all the time, bro.
Oh,
Like
this guy.
they do.
Let's save that for a Tuesday show, man. This is rivals, bro.
Yoms, players say no every time, but we know.
They want not entertained.
But Yoms, we know that players say every time, but Liverpool are notorious for keeping things stum. The fact that Ornstein knew about it, let us know that Liverpool informed him. Look, we've got this under wraps, and
But listen. This is a guy who says no to everyone. There's no surprise.
Allegedly,
This is a guy who said no. He says this guy he's the Tony Yayo of football, bruv. He is the most loyal guy. He is the biggest hype man. For that club.
But Yoms, would you rather be rejected on it? Would you rather be rejected in a DM, or would you rather be rejected on the Facebook wall with your family watching and everything? Your mum seeing you get pied by the girl down the road, or would you rather just slyly message them and be like, "Hey, you interested?" She says, "No." Have a good day. Say hello to your father.
Bigger than the actual rejection is the way the rejection's played out. I don't even think the fact that he said no is the biggest thing. It's like you say, Liverpool are notorious for being able to keep things strong. So how did this actually get into the hands of Ornstein? And that's what I would be worried about, because if it's not being leaked by Liverpool themselves, which I doubt it is,
bro, they thought the deal was done, man. They thought it was done, man. They thought it was done.
They were like,
yeah, they're like, yo, Orny, get that bomber, get that.
They knew that their fans were itching. Their fans were itching for a signing, and number 6.
Why are you not trying to convince him? Just let him talk, innit?
I brought out the maracas, you know.
Convince him, you know, like that's how you know.
I just think it's a bit of a mad one. Like, I know, obviously, it's always nice when Liverpool take an L, and it is an L because, like, I've seen like transfer talk go from him in DM to a goalkeeper, and it's like,
crazy.
Okay. So it's a bit of it is an L for Liverpool, but I just think everyone's a little bit gassed about it. Do you know what I mean? It's nice when Liverpool take an L, but it's a guy that said no to the biggest clubs around Europe for years. Do you get what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. It just is what it is.
Ten Hag's done something to you.
Preach, man. I know.
Yeah, man.
I preach, man. What you say? What's your perspective on it? Because obviously, Liverpool haven't looked at that yet.
I respect it, innit? It's an L. It's like a sparring match, though. It's not like a proper fight. Do you know what I'm saying? I lost in the sparring match. Still had my vest on. Maybe the gloves weren't on tight. The banter's cool. There was too much fans, though. Too much fans was gassing, like, way too much. I saw it myself anyway. Like, people was just talking like it was already done. And I was like, right, like, I swear it's only, like, just talks. Do you get me? It's from what happened last season. You got to be wary of these things, you get me? So, too much fans gas, so I'm taking strays in it, really and truthfully, so it's got to be done, innit? Really. But you know what I like about it, though, like, I will say, though, is that the team have kind of said things in advance that kind of helps me realize this is cool. So, for example...
Oh, you still believe?
I know, because like the thing is, not I'm getting the player. I don't mean that. I mean as in like.
Oh, you mean another transfers coming through?
We don't just need a player. We need a quality player. Like when everyone's kind of comparing it to other things when they got turned down, your team wasn't as like solid as Liverpool is now. Like we've got good squad. It's not poor. It's not. They're not performing poorly. They were third trophy, and it was their first season. Most of them, 25. Age is nice. You get me. So the team's cool. You get me. So I like
your expectation hasn't changed then.
No. When you
Wait,
ask me,
no, you lot are liberties, you know. Everyone's just watching him drown and smiling. Everyone's just watching him drown.
I'm just saying that
This reminds me of that. Go on.
And the obviously just grinning.
the boys come out and said we're not just going to get anyone. Like, do you know what I'm saying? We done that last season with Endo.
I know that's weak preach, man. You're not fighting
No,
hard
we-
enough,
I'm
bro.
not- I don't
You know
think
what
we're
it
wrong.
is, yeah. You got to take
You
this
want me to
approach.
fight? I get it. You don't want
No,
me to
but
fight.
because you know what it is. If he don't want to play for us, fuck him. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
No,
If he's not one of those
listen,
players
I'm
who
cool,
don't want to
listen.
play for Liverpool, fuck him. It's not
No,
all
I'm
of this
cool. I'm not
art.
angry.
Yeah.
No, I'm not, bruv. I'm not angry because you see Liverpool fans here. We will go like, oh, if they don't want to play for us, we don't want them in it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I'm
just
with
saying-
that.
I'm just saying, like, we
Kinda
don't
the
just want
calm
to get
Denzel
any
thing.
number 6. Do you know what I'm saying? It's got to be.
Nah, man, you should be vexed, man. You're like, she made you buy too many drinks in the club. And
You know when you're 14, you know when you're 14, 15, and you're just getting onto the dating scene type of thing, and you think you ask her out on a date,
No,
and
that's where you're wrong.
she says to you
Bruv, that's where
maybe,
you're wrong.
and your mates are telling you what's going on. You're like,
sorry, I'm
she
gonna-
says
I
maybe,
can't-
she's gonna
I've got
call
to
me,
cut
she's
him.
gonna call me.
He's lost his head. He's lost his
He said she's
head.
gonna call me.
Wasting your time.
He's just
You said
waiting.
this is
He's
your
just
problem.
waiting
This is
outside
your
the
problem.
Pizza Hut.
This is your problem. This is your
Hey,
problem.
she's in the
a
Bentley
no.
with
You
my
said-
man.
you said-
He's at
You
the
said
bus
when
stop
you
calling
just
her.
when you just first step into the dating scene,
Voice
yeah?
now.
And it was that was the first we went wrong from the first line because Liverpool hasn't just stepped into this game, innit? And I'll step out the way to show you something.
Oh, you see?
Yeah, that's how you know when a man's rattled. That's how you know when a man's rattled.
Yeah, stop doing beginners talk.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Don't do beginners talk. Yeah, intermediate, advanced. I can do that.
That's rattled town. That's rattled town.
That's rattled.
That's rude. I found that was rude.
I said, so what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the Zuba Mendy transfer that went wrong? I said, well, if you look at my trophy cabinet,
That's rattled town. That's rattled town.
all them things on the wall, and he still did you know.
It happens, innit? Like we still win. You get me? I understand it more than you look. Like Gerard didn't leave us.
oh, Gerard, yeah, he's rattled.
Get me? Like,
You went to Gerard.
I went to the best players ever had.
I don't care what they say. My mama thinks I'm handsome.
What's your thoughts on Zuba Mendy? Gerard, if you
I know you can hear me still though. I understand why he stayed.
Wild. That
I
is
understand
wild.
why he stayed.
You know what you did, Preach?
I
You know what
understand
you
when
did,
you really
Preach?
love your club, you stay in it.
Preach, you allowed yourself. This is all Chinks is doing. This is
I know, but
Chink said, "What do you mean fight?" Chink said, "What do you mean fight?" And then you started swinging.
I'm not swinging.
No.
This ain't swinging. This ain't swinging. I'm still drinking water, man.
No.
yeah.
That's wrong.
Sorry, I want to bring in Deji, man. Deji's been waiting for a while, bro.
Big up, Deji.
Big up, Deji.
Pick up Deji, man.
What is your thoughts? I haven't heard your thoughts on this whole Zubomendi situation, bro.
Oh, give the guy a break, man.
Everyone who watches this channel knows that I'm a big fan of Big Preach, and when Zubomendi did the U-turn, I was feeling for my brother, Big Preach. The truth of the matter is, there isn't a positive way that you can look at it. Every season, you need to bring in one or two players. Arne Slot Zubimendi was supposed to be the player that symbolized Arne Slot football. This is the brother. This is the number 6 that I'm going to bring in to usher us into this new age since Klopp has left. And the brother took a close look at the club and said, you know what, I might as well just stay put to where I am. It wouldn't even have been that bad had they brought in somebody, but they've not been able to bring in anyone. So, you know, I don't know if you've seen it. I already had my doubts about Arne Slot. Unity was saying that Liverpool can either do extremely well or extremely poor. I've gone with extremely poor this season. I think Liverpool would do well to finish in the top 6 under these current circumstances. And yeah, look, there's no positives to take. The only positives is the rival fans out there, because we know what Liverpool can do with their current squad. You're not really going to change it, which means you're going to be a little bit more predictable than you would have hoped, Big Preach. And all I can say is, you know, I hope you get someone over the line, and we wish you all the best for the season. I guess that's the only thing. I mean, we're going to be here on a weekly basis, but I don't think there's much you can say. Liverpool haven't brought a single player in, and the one they've been linked with the whole summer, in the end, didn't come. That's it.
You know what the thing is here? Because I'm gonna continue firing shots. We will still get higher than you even if you buy no one. I'll put money on it. You don't buy no one.
You won't finish above Spurs. That's why
I don't understand that. This is what Arne Slot came in. He said, "Well, the squad's good." What? You already know that your squad. But all this talk about, are you going to fall 6 and that? Like, no, please, like.
You know what it is?
At least let it kick the ball first.
Let me be real. Let me be real though.
It's like the pressure to get me to say we'll win the league, but it's easy to say we'll fall off.
Part of the reason why we have this, you know, we've seen how this story ends. We saw it on.
Remember, Slot, you locked down, you know.
We saw it on.
You locked down. No sense.
Yeah, he's still going to win at least one round. I'm winning the 12th. I'm winning the 12th round.
Sorry, I'm firing shots.
I was just saying, I don't trust Arne, man. I'm not sure Liverpool finish above Spurs. I think on paper, obviously, you've got a better squad, but it's what this brother does with that squad. The fact, you know, every manager wants to have an imprint. Every manager wants to give us an indication of what they're going to do. Yeah, you're going to work with some of the old players, but you might bring in 1 or 2 signings just to show us how you're going to play. There's a change of the guard. You've not done that. He's just inherited Klopp's team and he's not going to play Klopp-style football. So that, for me, is quite worrying. Yes, you've had a positive pre-season, but you already know that the Prem is full of gorillas. Do you get me? When the going gets tough, can the brother think of the solution? Can he get big and dirty? He can't, bro. He's from the Dutch. Was he from Feyenoord or something? And these men are unproven. So for me, I love the fact that Liverpool fans are trying to exercise cognitive dissonance, and they're just being positive. They're just being positive.
Fam, if you're going to use
in the library,
it's the educational one. It's the educational version.
My concern is, did Zubimendi say no after he spoke to Richard Hughes or to Slot?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he said, you know what he said?
He said no when Real Sociedad put the pressure on.
I'm not coming. That's what he said.
Yeah. He said no
when
comment.
Real Sociedad put the pressure on, innit? That's when he said no, innit?
Real Sociedad. It's not Barcelona.
It's his home club. It don't matter. It's his home club. That's why I mentioned Gerrard earlier, innit? Like, you don't understand, innit?
Yeah, but Preach, do you think Zubimendi looked at Slot and said, he's too bold?
We can think.
Bold for me.
You already asked me. I think he
he's not like Toon Tactics bold. He's a swat head ball.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what
not
I mean?
thinking he didn't want to leave his club. Innit?
No, you know what it is? Go on.
They promised that
Jay,
he'd
do
be
you
the high
think
paid.
if Klopp sat on the other end of that?
Zubi's going
Well, I
to
guess we'll never know.
the Spanish
I guess we'll never
embassy
know.
with his duffel bag. He's saying, "Here's my release
But
clause."
it's
See
bare
you
ifs,
boys
buts, and
later."
maybes, though. Bare ifs, buts, and maybes. That's what you're relying on. If
Okay,
buts, and maybes.
so the only
I
certainty
can
I've
hear
got,
your heart,
Preach,
like you hope you
Preach,
fall.
Preach.
Like,
The only certainty I've got is Liverpool leaked the Ornstein. They were on the verge of buying Zubimendi, only to fumble the deal. Those are the only certainty. Everything else is assumptions.
we took a right hook in the sparring, man.
Do you know what the
That's
disrespect
it,
is?
bro.
The disrespect was when he just didn't just say no.
Yeah,
And I think that's what the disrespect was. If Liverpool had
See,
approached
this
him
is
and
where
he said
society
no,
is, you know. He told you, he told all the other
Society.
clubs
I wanna
no,
hear it.
and he thought about us.
Young's
And
just trying to
you're
be
saying
like,
yeah, no, but it's
grown
it's-
up
he
about
said
it.
no to you, lot. Yeah, he didn't even think about it, and him thinking about it
that's
is more.
fine.
than just-
That's
Yeah,
fine.
but
I
you
would
know
rather
what?
that.
Yeah?
It makes sense. We're society.
I would rather that because what he's done is he's wasted a precious week in the transfer window.
No,
in
because
Exactly.
there was no plan B. There was no plan B. There was no
Why
other
not?
players.
Why is there no plan B? Why is there no
I
plan
don't know.
B?
That's the scary
man
part.
there.
That's a scary
Because
part.
remember, that's
scary
what I'm trying to
part.
say. They're saying the squad is
Hey,
healthy.
listen,
So what they're saying, so what you're saying is that
We're not
Liverpool
just
I don't
going to
wanna
get any
defend
player.
Brady.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't want
what
to
you're saying
defend
is-
Preach, but everybody's team in here has, at one point in the last 12 to 18 months, chosen not to buy somebody when a first player that they wanted to buy was unavailable. Yeah, I remember when Arsenal.
But was your squad at the time as good as our squad? Did they win
Bro,
anything?
So what you're saying, Big Preach, is that Zubimendi is the best number 6 in the world. Then
No.
that's what
no,
Liverpool
that's the
believe
player.
is
No,
the
that's
best.
the player he
Liverpool
thought.
believe he's the best number 6 going. Like if it's
No.
not him, then it's no one.
Your wording's twisting. Yeah. He believes he's the best player in the world for his system.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he
you're trying
believes
to
he's
be
the
the best
only.
player in the world.
He
That's
believes
all
he's
you
the
try to do
only
there.
player in the world for his system.
But,
Do you get what I'm saying? Which is
what they
worrying.
believe. If there's no plan B, then obviously
Well,
that's what I would take.
but for example, Preach. I was watching Fabio Carvalho all preseason, and now you've sold him. Am I to believe that you've sold your preseason talisman? And I don't know what's going to happen with you guys because the team I've seen Liverpool play has only ever had Fabio Carvalho. So
Wait,
now
hold
you
on.
want me to assume that you're going to be good without him? You know,
Hold on.
I don't know.
What have
Preach.
we? Do you know what we just
hold
done with last season without him? We
Yeah,
weren't there
so-
last season.
Yeah, with Klopp though. Klopp
So-
though.
You're just
City
talking about
player.
you're not talking about preseason games here that don't mean nothing. I
Oh,
swear
okay.
that's what you
So
said in the
basically,
WhatsApp
we all don't have
I thought
anything
those
to go
games
off
meant
then.
something.
We
Do they
all are
mean
in the
something
dark as to how
or
Liverpool are going to
not?
perform. Yeah.
I'm just telling you. I know it's
No,
it's
if preseason
not
means
right.
nothing, you've got as much as I know to go
So
off
we
as
talking
to how
about-
good
but we-
Liverpool are going to be, right?
But we've gone
Mandem,
from
is this
talking
what
about.
is this what it normally looks like
So
when
we've come
I'm
to-
defending Ten Hag?
Yeah.
I'm just shocked.
It's not as bad as this. It's not as bad as this. It's not as bad as
It don't make
this.
sense. Are we talking
You man
about?
allow me to come on here week after week and do this.
Are we talking about incomings or outgoings? Are we talking about incomings or outgoings?
Wow.
You lot have been beating man up for
I think
32 minutes. You man have just been beating man up.
I think the maddest disrespect is the fact that he rejected you on the 1-year anniversary of Caicedo rejecting you. Like,
Oh, wow.
Man, we celebrate anniversaries all the time. Bro.
I think that's mad, you know. It's
We
mad.
celebrate anniversaries all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Preacher, your camera's got an angle. You can only see your trophies.
But only it's cool, man. We celebrate other anniversaries, man. It's all right.
Sheesh, bro. I wonder if Eddie Howe's got more pull than Slot because he did get Tonali and all them guys.
Whoa.
Well,
And
yeah,
Gordon
what's he won?
and
What's he
Isak
won?
and Bruno Gamero. I'm just talking about Paul.
Yeah, but the team.
When they talk to Eddie
guy.
Howe,
It's not just the one guy.
I'm just saying.
Oscar Bob apparently he's broken his leg, or not apparently. He has
fractured his. Yeah.
And Diaz ain't happy about the contract talks, and he's saying, "Raw, I want to keep it moving." Does anyone think Diaz moves this window, and what does that mean for Liverpool's line?
How many years has Diaz got left on his contract?
3 years.
Let's go into it.
Probably
2,
2.
3 years.
2.
Yeah, anymore. If it's the 2s and 3s, Liverpool just cannot afford to let him go.
Listen. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, guys. Trent, sat at home watching the Galacticos tonight, thinking, hey, Preach,
Oh.
So basically, let me understand this, Preach, because I like to think I'm a logical man.
Yeah.
So you have Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent all out of contracts next summer. You've entrusted Bald Man Slot to run the team for 1 year to convince these mothers to sign on or leave.
Yeah.
You have in your current squad, even without any additions, to go into the season and be competitive.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you not say, from a logical, basic point of view, that's the equivalent of going into a casino and putting like 500 on black and just you have no idea what's going to happen this season. And if you're those superstars, why would you even tolerate this? Like, why would you? Van Dijk is coming out saying we need transfers.
Yeah, he did say that.
And your club is saying, there's no one else for Zubimendi. Okay, well, the 3 best players, or arguably the 3 best players in your team, are all here observing your club about to embark on another project. Why would they stay? Why would any of them sign on?
Because we win trophies.
You can't even make man want to come to your club with them man there. What's gonna happen when they win?
So what have we been doing, bruv? We win trophies, innit? So we've been getting players. Like you lot are talking like this is like
we're talking about
we've been in these situations before and we still win trophies. I'm not like worried like you lot. You lot don't win trophies. That's why it's raw. We've been in the dumps, bruv. We've been there. I've had Roy Hodgson. We've been there, guys. Yeah, we still win trophies. I'm not bothered. Like you lot are more excited. Like, look at you lot. Like, look at you lot. Like,
Look at you lot. Look at you lot.
I'm looking at all of you at the simultaneous game, but like at the same time, you're just like, yeah. I'm just like, oh, we win trophies, man. It's cool. Ask all the questions. We win trophies. Whatever decisions we've made, right or wrong, we win trophies at the end, and that's a good football team.
Yeah. Look, there's no way that you can spin this. That is
listen to what you're saying. You couldn't even answer my question. You just said we win trophies. Listen to what you're saying. You said a lot. You said a lot. You said a lot in it. It wasn't a question. It was a lot. I'm just saying, like, we've been there before and we win things.
But
you know, like we haven't kicked the ball yet. We haven't seen anything. You are confident.
Yeah. I'm confident for sure. I just want to give you my little 30 seconds of why I think you guys are going to be dusty this season, bro. The optics don't look good for Liverpool. Yeah.
What optics?
This is the optics.
What did the optics say? Because remember, it's the same team from last season.
One player that you wanted to bring in didn't want to.
No, but he's not. What that optics?
Your manager hasn't got a plan B. He hasn't got an idea of what he wants to do. This is the.
How do you know that?
On the clock. There's already question marks.
How do you know that? You said optics, you know, bruv. You said optics.
There's already question marks about how he's managing. How he's managing.
I would say this is what
he didn't like that word optics. He didn't like the fact that he said optics.
Your captain has come out to say.
First you said cognitive dissonance. Now you're saying optics. He's taking all these words as disrespect. Taking all these words as disrespect.
I don't want. Let me tell you what I want. Let me tell you what this is like to.
No, I don't want to hear. I don't want to
hear
Liverpool.
It's been 38 minutes, guys.
39, bro. I got 39 minutes of trophyless teams telling me what. Telling me about new managers coming. We get new managers
You man are moving.
Man
You
United,
man are moving like the Titanic.
Man United won an FA Cup. They can
You
talk.
man
Girls
are
can
moving
talk to
like
you.
the Titanic. You just hit the iceberg and water's coming in from the bottom.
Can't even keep the ball with the iceberg.
Water's coming in from the bottom, my brother.
Where are you lot then? Where you
No,
lot?
preach.
If
And
Deji, they got buckets. They got buckets going. It's gonna be all good.
Bruv, if we're the Titanic, you must be that submarine that went down there not too long ago, bruv. That don't make no sense.
Hey, Deji said, "I know you are, but what am I?"
You are just hoping. They're wishing.
No, but preacher, you do have to. You have to be honest in that. There is it's uncertain times for Liverpool, and you've got a new manager in, and you might get a new manager bounce and all of that. But the three juggernauts, the pillars of that team are all within 1 year of contract renewal. One of them saying we need signing. The club's not making signings. We know Salah. We know Salah is literally right now. He's staying at Liverpool out of affinity for the club, because really and truly that guy could be gone earning bucket loads in Saudi, but he's staying for the out of affinity for the club, right? Then you got Trent, who Real Madrid are Real Madrid, in it. Like, this is what Real Madrid do. Like, they'll say, all right, if you want to come to us, run down your contract, come to us for free. We don't spend peas on
They've done it to
transfers.
many of our players,
Yeah, and then you've got Van Dijk, who is a generational talent in terms of centre back, and has been the rock of centre back in the Premier League for the last.
Finish his career.
He's probably going to finish his career or run down his contract. So that's a new manager, three juggernauts on their way out, and the young players are going to be looking to them to literally drag them through. Who knows whether or not you get an injury? Who knows whether or not you get those players are motivated halfway through the season, because they could reach 15 games. They could reach 15 games and say, like, hold on, we told you, man, we need signings. Why am I running like a headless chicken when we told you we need signings? Do you get what I'm saying? So it is uncertain times, and these periods, like, it takes take it from United fans.
It's uncertain. You're just hoping it will go bad, because
look, I've got a Red Devil on my shirt. I am hoping it goes bad, but this is still fact.
You even started your statement that it could. It could be a new manager boost. Like, it could go either way.
It could go either way, but at the end of the day, there's certain things that are facts that big clubs should not allow themselves to get into that position. And I think that's what the issue is, that watching Liverpool allow themselves to get into this position is a bit of a mad.
Does anyone think that Liverpool drop out of the top four, or does anyone?
I got
this
them
top
fifth.
This top four race is mad. It's going to be a maddest this season. It's going to be absolutely bonkers.
I don't necessarily.
Villa ain't going nowhere. Liverpool,
every season.
Newcastle, United. There's teams here that are gunning for this thing now, and it's
every season.
So you'll finish above Liverpool? Is that what you're saying?
Who?
United? I think United finish above Liverpool.
Yeah, so do I.
I think United finish above Liverpool.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
You know what? I just remember this live, innit? You recorded this still. Yeah.
Cool. Write it down. Take a picture. We're here. End of the season. We have I've suggested this to Ash already. We should have an "I told you so" show at the end of the season. Let's see what happens.
You know what?
I don't understand how all of this
because
we just haven't bought a player. Just because of one.
No, do you know what it is, Preach? Do you know what it is, Preach? I think it's part of like.
Can I just finish?
Go on. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Because like all of these things, and you bought a player that got injured straight away. Don't that mean anything? Like, if you're making decisions, like if you're using these things about decision making,
that's a low belt.
New people in place,
very low, isn't it?
Yeah, but Euro got injured.
If you got six man fighting against you, low balls are allowed. They're counted. Fight and get out. Fight and get
out. You got to pause that, Chinks. You got to pause that.
Fight and get out.
You know what is, Preach? Like sometimes, you got to have. You're right. Your squad, your actual personnel are the same. These are the guys that finished third. A lot of them won the Premier League, the Champions League, all those things. But even in a general fight, and I think this is where Deji's right in terms of the optics. You guys look vulnerable to everybody. You don't have a You don't have an air of invincibility about you at all. Like,
he's just joined. You haven't even played the Premiership game yet.
But that's the problem. Your owners, I mean, your owners, but you're also a sporting director. They've made you look like a laughing stock. Like, everyone knows what's happened. Like, everyone thinks, everyone believes they can actually take you out, and sometimes that belief
because the player said no.
Yes, it means a lot. Like, it's not just he said that no, because all of us is how they said no, how everything's continued since
how they said no, Karen. You all now
I don't co-sign this, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not saying
all of a sudden your talent and your skills are much.
It's not just the one player. It's
because there's been no players. So basically, what Liverpool have said is we don't need to improve.
So that's
you've lost Klopp. You've bought in Slot,
because your club wasn't that. You haven't bought no one to scare us, innit? Like you haven't improved like that.
All right, cool.
That's fine. Technically, you've done what you've done every single season and bought a player.
Okay,
that's all you've done. There's nothing. You haven't done anything different. Like your team hasn't improved. You haven't seen anything for your team to improve.
Okay.
Everyone here.
Okay. Man's swinging. Listen,
I swing. You know I swing well.
Let me.
Make no sense.
We don't need to improve. We finished above you. You need to catch us, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate.
But what I'm saying is,
go on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
For real, you finished above us. I can respect that.
Yeah.
Didn't win anything still.
True. But
it's only been 2 years.
Yeah, you look for energy drink, man. It's calm, bro.
Can I just say as well, that like I don't feel like you're putting the other the pros. You're not looking at the pros. It's a young squad still, or young enough to be molded into something still.
Yeah.
Get me?
Have you got the squad depth?
Last season was their first season.
Have you got the squad depth that you would like?
It's all right, fam. I've looked at it. The depth, it's like we've got.
He was going to say it was good, and then he remembered.
As long as we don't get the same level of injuries last season, because it was high though, still. So we're taking that into account. As long as we don't get that, we haven't got the African Cup of Nations to get in the way.
Do you know what the thing is, Preach? I guarantee you teams, and I can't point to any team in particular, but teams are going to get a lot of injuries this year.
I was going to say, but hopefully not the same level. It was a high.
But I don't think we can even hope for not the same level. There's going to be more, and the reason why there's going to be more is because all of these injuries are coming from untold amounts of football over the last 3 or 4 years. This year we also had the Copa America, we had the Euros. There's been no break in football, so these
our injuries wasn't just like that. Our players shoulder stuff and that. It's not really.
You had a lot of players on international duty as well, didn't you?
But it's not even that. I'm just saying. Listen, because you're trying to make it out like I'm making excuses. What I'm saying is, as long as we don't have that much injuries. You get me? The squad will have a proper chance now, innit? Because that's how I feel.
Proper chance to do what? You
show us what we're about.
Preach. Let me just ask, because obviously we have to move. We have to move on.
Yeah, we got to move on.
Just to caveat this, I just want to understand that you finished third. Yeah, you did win a cup. Respect to you, but you finished third. Now that was third with Klopp. So if your board is saying, yo, you say we're gonna take the same squad, even a smaller squad, because you sold what if you're gonna now say that you're gonna do the same with Slot, or are you saying then that this season is whatever? It to me, I'd be very interested to hear what your expectations are for this season, going into the fact that you finished third last season, you've not brought anybody into the team, you've got a new manager. Now you seem to be very confident that this manager is going to get more out of the squad, or at least the same out of this squad as Klopp. I think that's a very high bar to give Slot straight away. So without any new signings, I'm looking at this from the point of view of how don't you go backwards?
You just hired a chef and told him he can't bring no ingredients. He's just got to use all the.
There.
Yeah, he just got to use. Yeah, but it don't work. But it don't work like that. You know, it don't work like that. You know, it don't work like that. You know, you might have been making, you might have been making top notch rice and peas for years, and then you're gonna go and hire a Polish chef and tell him to make rice and peas, and tell him to make and tell him to make rice and peas. What do you think's gonna happen to that rice and peas when a new chef comes in?
I get it. Your hopes and dreams. You want to see us do bad.
I do. It is hope. I do hope so.
Because you haven't seen.
I do.
Because you haven't kicked
the evidence.
Yet,
that's what the evidence is pointing to.
You get me? The same squad came third and won something. I don't know. All of a sudden they're going to be poor because what? Arnie Slot. He's going to tell them don't kick the ball properly. Don't pass it. Come on,
I just think it's dangerous to not improve.
I get it.
It's dangerous to not improve.
You've got a nice hook punch in a nice little sparring.
Anyway, we're going to move on. It's enough of Liverpool, and I want to talk about Manchester United quick, because they're club that have signed a couple players. From what I can see, they signed a centre back and a left back as well. Does anyone think that United could hit the top four? They can improve on what they did last season, or is Rashford and Bruno still a major concern to certain people? Anyone can jump in, of course. Yeah, go on, Hooks.
And Hassan, I need to cut, bro. So,
coming up,
you, man. Love having me on, man.
Nice. Where can we find you? Where can we find you?
Big up.
Halftime Hooks on YouTube. Love. Need subscribers. Need likes. All of them things there.
All right.
Have a good evening, man. Love.
I don't mind going first on the Man U thing. You know, Yoms, I love you as a brother. I think we share the same heritage. Look, Man United is one of
calm before the storm. I love
it. Man United is one of the dustiest teams I've seen in a minute. And I think for me, what is worrying for me about United is that legitly Erik ten Hag is trying to move Old Trafford to Amsterdam Schiphol. He's literally turned United into Ajax United. Every player that he's brought in pretty much has either played, is playing, or is going to play for Ajax. Do you get what I'm saying? And for me, that kind of bias is worrying. They brought in players, but when you're at the bottom, you could have brought in Oliver Skip. It would have been seen as a positive. So for me, I can't shake my bum for the business that Man United have done. We should also put things into context. Eric Dyer was starting ahead of De Ligt at Bayern Munich. Cool. Say what you like. Say what you want to you like about Tuchel, but De Ligt ain't the same De Ligt of yesteryear. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can't get too excited.
Forced narratives.
For me,
I'm swinging. I'm ready. I've learned from Preach. I'm ready.
Also, Manchester United, you know, we have to give a certain energy to Liverpool. We've got to give the same energy to Man United. I'm used to Man United bringing in a Van Persie, a Van Nistelrooy.
No, you're not.
A Pogba. I'm used to Man United bringing in Ronaldo. I'm used to Man United bringing Dwight York and Cole. You know, players of substance. I'm looking at the signings, and these are signings that Brighton could have made.
So what you're telling me is that United should have been making the same mistakes that we've been making for the last 10, 15 years.
I'm just saying that the signings you've made
changed.
I'm saying the signings you've made are not ambitious. For a club of the stature of Manchester United, I could see those players going to Wolves. I can see those players going to Brighton. I can see those players even going to West Ham with the way West Ham is moving at the moment. So for me, I don't know where. And also, I think for me, the one thing that we do know, and I know, Joms, you're not going to be shameless to do this. Yes, Erik ten Hag has won 2 trophies in 2 years, but he's not a good manager, bro. Let's be real. And the fact that your CEO is talking about long term.
We've had this discussion.
It's worrying. So for me, I think Man U are just as they were last year. And I see Erik ten Hag is my tip to be the first manager to lose his job. I don't see United making top 6, even with all the signings you've made.
Me, I disagree. I think we chastised and dissed Man United for all the mistakes they were making last year, in the last 10, 15 years, signing players that didn't want to be there, like Alexis Sanchez, Jadon Sancho, and all of that. And the minute they stop doing that, not only do we no longer believe them, but now we're like, again, saying to them, why don't you behave like you did before? Get these big money signings again.
Be your Di Marias. We've had a million of them.
Go back to that crack that you was taking before. And so they've said, no, we're trying to change, and they are changing. I think this focus on Ten Hag, it diverts people's attention from the actual structure of Man United. The board of directors have totally changed. The coaching staff around Ten Hag has totally changed. And so I don't think we're going to see the same Man United. I think we're going to see a different Man United, an evolved Man United. Whether it's going to be a successful Man United is a different question altogether. But I think I think it's going to be a Man United that's actually got a midfield in it. Yeah. And I think that's the danger for it. How successful it's going to be is difficult to tell. But I think I commend the changes they have made.
I still got concerns. Sorry, Jay, I'll let you jump in after. I just got some concerns about Man United because I see them improve their back line, but I feel like they're still going to be slightly exposed because the way they set up in possession, they kind of have their two centre backs there, and then when they've got their full backs super wide, they haven't solved that midfield problem, if that makes sense. So I remember McTominay and I remember Mayo. The gaps between them and the fullbacks and the centre backs was crazy. Like their midfield was open. You know what I'm saying? Like certain guys' legs. You know what I'm saying? So unless that's addressed, I'm thinking, boy, it might be a long day for Ten Hag. Ten Hag's got to switch up those tactics, make it look a little bit more secure. And yeah, I feel that midfield, it looks a bit like naked to me. I can't lie. Up front, yeah, Xerxes, technical. I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's an improvement. Centre backs that can play out from the back. Again, commendable. But that midfield at the moment, Bruno Fernandes, sometimes when he plays those long balls, it's just like he passes first and thinks later. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like he doesn't treasure possession at times, in my opinion. And the same with Rashford. Rashford's so wasteful up front. I know the season before last he was clinical, but ever since his boy Sancho's left, he ain't been the same. But yeah, Jay.
So United to me are an interesting one. The more you guys talk, and I crowdsourced an opinion from all of you guys. So like I put it together, and I'm like, shit, these guys are actually probably going to be good this season. Because the reason why I think United have to be good is because if they're not good, I don't know what they can do to fix it. Because at this point now, they've got Højlund, they've got Xerxes, yeah. Diallo's coming through, Garnacho's there, yeah. They've got obviously Rashford, and they still got Sancho. They could maybe bring someone in on the back of that. They brought two centre backs in. They've identified, brought Mazraoui in as well. So we're getting to a point. Hello. We're getting to a point. So what I'm saying is we've identified the point. Yeah, she can come back if you want. No, we've identified the point, right? And they look like, and we can get into the quality of the players, but you've got to look at, if you identify the problems with the team and you try and fix them with a certain degree of competency, regardless of whether or not you rate the players. You say, okay, we're bringing two centre-backs in. We brought a full-back in who can play both sides. We brought another striker in. Like, we're going to promote some of the youngsters as well. Diallo's going to get more game time this season. When you do all of that together, you're thinking they could be all right. And I look at players like Garnacho, and I'm looking for him to take a step because I rate him. So I'm looking for him to take another step as a player and improve and be more decisive and improve his numbers. Looking at players like Rashford, are you going to bounce back from last season? Looking at defenders like Yoro and De Ligt, are you going to help stabilize this team? And even if you look at all the questions and you answer, say, 50, 60% of them positively, that's going to be quite a big improvement on last season. You don't even have to go through all the players and say, yes, 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 yes. Only like half 60% of them have to be a success for United to improve quite a lot on last season. So to me, I think they could potentially be good. Like they just, the pieces are there, but you know, it's a tough league. You know, anyone can get it. So I'm not going to say for certain, but I'm just saying there's potential for them to be quite good this season.
Jinx, Ten Hag.
Yeah. You know what's funny, because because what Jay just said is kind of like a catch-22, because I'm kind of landed, because I feel like they're going to be better than they were last season because they finished 8th. But then I think that it's like what did you say about the players that they're signing? So, like when I don't think Ten Hag is good enough tactically to tactic his way well enough in the league to a good position. And then the type of players they're buying, I think, more fit someone more tactical. So when you don't have the tactical part, you just buy better players.
No talk.
Do you get what I mean? And I don't think that manager and these players who need better tactics, because they're not great individually. Like I think Liverpool have a better team than them. So say if Ten Hag has no tactical now and Slot doesn't, Liverpool will do better because their team's better.
But they've got Van Nistelrooy coaching in the backroom staff.
What does that mean? What's he done?
He's basically saying that like new coaches are going to fix some of the issues. Like when they played City in the Community Shield, they looked pretty competent, right?
Yeah.
We created a lot more chances than City did. And that's the thing it's weird because.
But you lost though, man.
Come on, bro. We lost on penalties, which is fine.
Yeah, but then City don't care. When we won it, I got all this. It's not even a trophy. City don't care. The game don't count. Now you're using it for backup Man U now.
It's not a trophy. I'm just saying, based on the new United that we're talking about, right?
The new United,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Man United, like. That's the only opportunity.
I'm streaming this on my Twitch and I got a follower right after you said that.
You get what I'm saying? So, like for me, I think the good thing that we've done in this summer window is we've bought for the long term. All of those players that Deji was talking about. That's when I said no. When you said I'm used to United bringing in this and that, like you're not anymore, innit? Because we was used to that 15 years ago when you're bringing in a young Ronaldo, when you're bringing in a young players who are hungry to make a big name for themselves. We switched from that, and that's the whole point. We had bankers running the club who was going and buying Di Maria, who was going and buying Falcao, who was bringing Ronaldo back at the age of 100. Like all of those things is what we need to move away from. And move towards young players who are hungry. Your Xerxes, your Euros. Do you get what I'm saying? Like for me, he's identified some issues. I think if we're gonna do anything, we've kind of showed our hand a little bit in how badly we want Ugarte, and we want Ugarte for that very reason of that massive gap in the midfield. You need the legs to cover the ground. Scott McTominay is not going to do that. He hides. He doesn't even want the ball. So we have to get rid of Scott McTominay. We have to get rid of somebody.
You think you'll get Ugarte? You think you'll get him, Yoms?
I think we'll do the deal because PSG want Sancho. We want Ugarte. There's a £20 million. I mean, PSG are the only club who will buy a player for £60 million, not play him, and then claim he's worth 65 million the next year. It's stupid. United of old would have paid that 65 million. Do you get what I'm saying? The new United are saying, no, we ain't paying that. Why him? And then you can buy Sancho off us for 40 million, 35 million, whatever it is. There's clearly signs of improvement in the way we run in the club. So I'm not saying next year we're going to go and challenge for the title, but we'll be a lot better. We can't have the same number of injuries. And I just think that we have players now that can change the way we play. Xerxes is very different from Højlund. So when Højlund likes to run in behind, if you need to change the game and be more controlled, you bring on Xerxes, who likes to drop in deep. So I think there's a lot of good signs at United. And yeah, I'm just excited for the season. I think
so basically you think you'll finish above Liverpool?
I think if if the transfer window closed tomorrow, I think we finish above Liverpool.
Jeez, I agree.
Seriously,
Whoa.
that's
Your opinion on Man
Chelsea.
Whoa.
I need to know.
Chesterman.
I
I
knew
need to know
that
then.
50-minute cooking session
You know
was
what-
going to come
you know
back
what would
and
be nice
somebody
to
was
know,
going to
yeah?
regret it.
I'd like to know who's you that's top 4 then.
Oh, you go like that straight away. All right, let's do
Yeah,
it.
because if we're going to be that poor, then who's going to be?
Who's that? All right,
No, but so hold on. Do you think Man you're getting top 4, P?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what your argument was. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, because Liverpool. No, I'm saying Liverpool's top 4, yeah.
yeah.
And they're saying we're going to be poor, innit? So I'm saying that means someone's going to be in our place. Who's that?
Man, you are going to be in your place.
No, I think Man U, if they get top 4, it's 4th at best.
Well, remember, I know we came third.
Who gets third then? Who gets
It was
third?
like the
Remember
last
United
5
moved.
games of the
Remember
season.
United moved from 7th. Remember United moved from 7th to 3rd to 8th, right? So this isn't something that has not been done before, right? And that season when we've moved to 3rd, Liverpool suffered a lot of injuries and finished 5th. Yeah. Now Liverpool, when I say if the transfer window closes today, I don't think Liverpool have the depth in the squad. That midfield has the depth to go a whole season playing well without injuries and all of those kind of things. I think what United have done is they've reinforced. So if we have injuries, we've got people that can step in.
You know you haven't purchased a new midfielder, by the way. So if the window closed today, you wouldn't have your new midfielder.
You still have some autonomy.
No, but what we would have is players playing in their positions. So we're not gonna have midfielders, DMs playing centre back. We're not gonna have centre backs who are not good. Do you know how good you've got to be at centre back to be able to play left back? We had centre backs who are not good at centre back playing left back. We're not gonna have that.
Hey, Jay, Archie Gray playing centre back or right back, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, the thing is that like I see the split that you're trying to do from like even just like 3 months ago, Man United to the new Man United, the brand new Man United. You're trying to get that. You're trying to scrub that shit off. You're trying to pretend that waterfall, the waterfall of dreams at your stadium, isn't a real thing. Like the thing is that I get exactly what you're saying, but you've also got to look at it that you've got players who are good players, and some of these players have underperformed or been injured, like Mount. Some of these players you're looking at, like Casemiro. Are you saying he's going to run it back? Have these games fooled you into forgetting what happened at the end of last season? Because to me,
so where did Casemiro play? Where did Casemiro play last season?
No, but it's the legs, bro. It's the legs.
When you saw,
the legs.
I'm not saying Casemiro is gonna come and light up the season, right? But when you saw Casemiro last year and he was awful, my guy was playing centre back alongside.
He was playing DM too.
Playing DM as well, bro.
He played DM at the beginning of the season.
No, he was getting cooked at DM too. He was getting cooked everywhere.
Look, the truth of the matter is, he played a lot of games.
I called him a chicken shop.
Alongside
culinary delight, you know.
Alongside Johnny Evans. That's what we set up with. We set up with Wan-Bissaka.
Anything after that, you forget. Anything after that, it's like
Wan-Bissaka at right back.
Or before that, sorry.
We had Wan-Bissaka at right back. We had Casemiro and Johnny Evans at centre back. And then we had Lindelof at left back. Anybody tell me that I don't care who you can bring Jesus Christ himself to be your manager.
Lord Davis,
let's not blaspheme the Lord's name.
You're not winning games with that. You're not. And then Scott
McTominay. I might win games with Jesus Christ. Lord, I'm probably winning some games with that. I'm not gonna lie,
brother. I don't care who you bring in as manager. You're not winning games with that. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is those kind of things there, they don't happen this season. And
Deji, sorry, before you come on.
No, go.
Yeah. I just want to know your top 4 real quick, because we're going to do top 4s.
Yeah.
And I want some context behind it as well, if possible.
Yeah, of course. I'll always give you context. Look, unfortunately or fortunately, Man City have turned our league into a farmers' league. I can't see beyond Man City, and Man City will win the Prem, and it will be 5p. And what a fitting way for Pep to leave my beloved league. I think Arsenal, for me, will finish second. They don't have enough to get it over the line. Sorry, Chinks, but I think you will agree with me that signing Calamari to strengthen already a strong defence when you need a striker and someone to go alongside Basmati Rice just don't make no sense, in my opinion.
Well,
And
just to query that point, sir, if you don't
Arsenal moving more Spursy than Spurs, but go on. Yeah.
All right, so say for example, last season, Zinchenko's a very important part of our play, innit? And playing him, it's good. We can take control of more games in a way, innit? So previously, when he got injured, our only replacements for him were Tomiyasu, Kivior. I think they're nowhere near as good as on the ball as him. So you don't see how Calafiore gives you more of the on the ball stuff and is a bit more astute defensively in terms of Zinchenko.
I don't, bro, because that's part of the reason why you bought Shivering Timbers, no?
No, but he can play. He's ambidextrous. He's bisexual. He goes both ways. He can go left, right, centre back.
I just think the priority position for Arsenal this summer was striker, not left back.
I'm going to take a leaf out of Preacher's book here.
Yeah.
Coming from a man who just spent 60 large ones on. Yeah. I'm joking. That's
just my opinion. So I see Arsenal finishing second.
I think that's kind of a compliment, you know.
Yeah, look, you guys are a good team and you played good football. But I just see you guys replicating what you did last year, which is finishing second with no trophy. And I think it's the beginning of the end. Especially because you've not done the business required to improve on your squad. I don't think your squad has improved, and I think you're on shaky ground. I think my club finishes third. I think the business that we've done has been very, very astute. Bergval is looking like a player. What a player. The fact that we brought in Solanke means we're doing serious business. And then I've got Aston Villa to finish fourth. I think Unai Emery has done a tremendous job at that club, and I think he maintains it. I think I then went with Newcastle fifth because I rate Eddie Howe. I rate the work he's done, even though the hierarchy want to get him out. I think with one game a week, Newcastle can mount a challenge again, and they'll be there and thereabouts. And then mistakenly, I think I put Man United in sixth.
That was asked for a top four, you know. He just had to slander
Manchester United.
I've had already typed. Deji will say we're third.
So that's really what it is at the moment. But that's what my top six is looking at. Sorry, Preach.
No, but Dej, what do you really think, though?
I know you. But Dej, jokes aside.
All jokes aside.
Now record. Now let's go.
Let's be serious. You think Spurs are
recording it now, yeah?
Bro, let's be real, yeah. So Spurs.
So take United and Liverpool out of it, right?
Yeah.
Just look at the transfer business that Villa have done, and how they were cooking last year, right?
Yeah.
You think that you guys have improved double what Villa have improved?
Let me tell you the difference between Spurs and Villa. Unfortunately, a lot of the players that Spurs have brought in, you don't know. We don't know them enough to comment. Like a Bergval, as good as he is, and us Spurs fans were seeing how good he is, we can't put forward a persuasive case yet because we don't know what he can do in the Prem. But from what it looks like, he could even be better than Maddison for us. Whereas you're going to be talking about Onana and all of these guys. Look, I was speaking to a Villa fan this week who told me that pre-season they've been playing McGinn as a false nine. Now, any team that is playing Johnny McGinn as a false nine cannot be taken seriously, in my opinion.
That's pre-season, though, Dej.
Yeah, but I asked them, where is Onana going to play in that midfield? So you brought in players that ain't going to start. Yeah. So Villa brought in a whole.
Why won't he start? Why won't Onana start?
No, Onana might start.
Does Onana start ahead of McGinn?
Barachea. Like they brought in a lot of players, like they can't all start. They still
because they've improved
their Champions League football.
But more to kind of Yom's point, I don't think people, just because Villa bought a load of players don't mean they've improved. I don't think there's anybody in their midfield that gets into Tottenham's.
Yeah, respect. That's
Preacher's
the
going, hold on.
It's just it's like, yeah, do it yourself.
They've bought
So we didn't sign no one, and you kicked my back doors in for 40 minutes. Now Villa have signed everybody in the world, and it don't mean much.
But that's even worse. It's even worse to buy a whole load of players and none of them really impact where you're at, rather than not buying any players and not going anywhere.
There's a difference though, too, and you've got to strengthen your entire squad. So the gap between their starting 11 and their squad players has significantly reduced. Villa finished fourth.
Starting 11's got shitter.
Spurs think that Dominic Solanke is going to come in and fire you to third.
Bro,
so, like, I just don't get it.
I thought Bologna's striker and it started feeling a bit spicy.
Brother, we're talking about Spurs right now. Stay focused. We're talking about Spurs. I don't know how Spurs have improved so much. Like, bro, you're saying. So you think that the what's his name again? The number 10 that you've bought.
Well, the Bergvall.
Yeah, so is he? This is just a general question.
He is Flames.
Is he coming in and sitting down? So he's coming in and sitting down Madders, is he?
Bro, not straight away, but by like week 10, I think he might have sat him down by week 10.
He's a floor raiser. He's a floor raiser. So
he's like, if you consider he comes into the squad and Lo Celso, who barely played, comes out, you've got an improvement there. You've got a player now who's going to play and contribute versus a player who did not at all last season. So I think that's an addition. You've got Solanke in the squad now. You didn't have him there. That's an addition. The one thing for me is you're going to lose some of Højbjerg's experience, but you're trying to trade that off by saying Archie Gray is a better technical fit for the team. So overall, you might feel it in a couple of games, but you're trusting this kid to do all right. Apart from that, it's the same squad as last season that finished 5th. Yeah. So the squad and the team as well. You've got Solanke in the team. So Spurs have improved their first team, or at least have now a consistent presence up front.
And got the same manager.
Well, if I look at Villa, they lost Douglas Luiz and they lost Diaby, and you want what is that? Like, you're bringing Illing Jr. to replace Diaby, and you want me to be like Lewis Dobbin. You want my knees to knock together for Lewis Dobbin? Like,
I think Villa will surprise a few people this season. I don't think Villa are gonna. I don't
know. I think West Ham could give them trouble because West Ham, Aston Villa got Champions League. Can they rotate all those players and manage the Premier League? They struggled last season with conference, wasn't it? Conference, their form.
Yeah.
It's like that's why they start to fall off. Now they got Champions League, even a higher level, and like people are saying,
it's a higher level, but it's less games.
It's more. They've changed the format.
Yeah, they've changed the format.
That's true. So they've got at least, was it like 10 games or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I think West Ham, there could be more of a threat than people think because they've got less games. I think they've got like 1 game a week.
So, do you know what? I'm not buying into the West Ham hype, That team, there were 3 dusty teams last season. Man United, Chelsea, and West Ham. And I think it's going to take, they've been playing dusty football longer than Spurs under Conte and Mourinho. It's ingrained in their DNA.
These West Ham fans, Newcastle just don't exist.
I had Newcastle in 5th.
So wait, hold on. United were dusty.
Bro, you're low down, bro. Don't think he disrespected you. Not Newcastle.
I'm saying what made
stay focused, man.
So Newcastle was not a dusty team last season, is what you're saying. But United were.
Newcastle was dusty last season, but we could see by their injuries. But I feel like
Because he knows
with
what happens in St. James's
game
Park.
away.
So
I don't trust
he
Tottenham.
knows
So
what
Newcastle, so Newcastle didn't have a similar level of injuries to United last season.
even more.
This is what I'm saying. Like, look, if you don't like a team, just say, do you know what? I don't like you, and therefore I'm going to try and put some sauce. I'm going to try and put some sauce and some seasoning when I'm talking about you.
Can't both exist? Can't I not like you and also be talking sense?
You can, but then talk sense about every team that you're talking about. Don't not talk sense. Don't say to me that United were a dusty team and Newcastle wasn't because of injuries.
saying
When we had the
Newcastle
same
is.
level of injuries.
I just think that the season before, under Eddie Howe, 1 game a week, they've shown it that those players. Remember, they had a lot of players. You know, the Tonalis. All these guys are back now. Do you know what I mean? And the Newcastle's first 11 is as menacing as any other team.
Bro, listen, Bruno, Isak, Gordon it's a problem. It's a bit of a problem.
People are sleeping on Barnes, you know, Harvey Barnes.
Bro, my thing
Winning
is,
the Champions League that long.
Bro, if Newcastle had not sold Minter,
Oh.
I would actually be like, shit. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
That was a big loss for them. Like, but the problem is they had to lose somebody. But like, I think getting a new left-footed right winger was probably the easiest thing to do versus the rest of the players they've got. But no, Newcastle are good, and also Newcastle, I think I felt put in more good performances than United last season. I remember watching Newcastle more. United were lucky to get United were lucky to get the points they got. Like, as in there was games that United were getting points, and I'm like, how are they getting points?
For real, Luton gave them trouble. I remember that. Yeah, he's right. They got relegated, innit?
I hope you remember Chelsea 4-1.
Hey, you remember all of this.
I remember, brother. I made notes, fam. What you think I picked up a pen and showed you, man, the pen for no reason?
I think, for instance, our troubles are a little bit more different to Man United's, even though we've both finished in this like 7th and 8th and the third and fourth in the previous seasons. Obviously, Man United's problems have been more kind of, even though we've both had injuries in the last season, obviously their things more stylistically, like who are they in terms of a team? How do they play? What's their identity? Everybody on this panel knows what Newcastle United's identity is. The only problem for us was injuries, like as is pointed out. Tonali's back, Joe Linton's back, Willock is back, Pope is back, Livramento is back. All those guys are back. So you're going to get the same team that finished 4th 2 seasons before playing. And if that team stays fit, God willing, and a couple more additions, maybe a Noni Madueke, maybe a Gehi in that centre back. Who knows? Who knows?
What's your top 4, man? I want to hear it. What's your top 4?
Do you know what? I've got you guys, everybody's squads up, and for me, whenever I look at teams and squads, I look at leadership and I look at squad depth. Undoubtedly, obviously, Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal got the best squad depth, but we don't know. We know very little about Liverpool's leadership in terms of the management and what he's going to do. So that's my only concern for them. I still think it'll be at this stage. It'll be a Man City, Arsenal. I want to say Liverpool, but I think it's because of the earlier 40-minute conversation with Preach that's put a lot of doubt in my mind. I got Liverpool anywhere between 3rd and 6th at this stage. I like Tottenham's squad a lot and how you're building up as well, and the fact you're going to go into a second year with Ange and how that's going to go. So I think it's going to be for 4th place between Tottenham, Newcastle. I'm not going to say, no, I don't rate Chelsea. It's going to be between Tottenham and Newcastle for 4th. It's really, really tight there.
All right, does anyone rate Chelsea, by the way, before I move on to ask Jinx for football? Is anyone rating Chelsea? No one.
Chelsea made a mistake. They made a big mistake by sacking.
They were close. I felt like they were close on the Poch. Like what they finished with last season, like if they just built on that, they would really be in a good position. Yoms is right. They blew it up and they started again from scratch.
Right. So yeah, Jinx, what is your top 4, man? I wanna hear yours, man.
Dylan, and Dylan.
Hey, you know.
Let me think.
Wait. Let me drop this as well, because Man City, apparently there's some charges going around, 115 of them, that may get decided now and next season, now and next year. Sorry, November.
Right.
So, is there a possibility? I'm just throwing it out there that they get points deducted or something mad happens to City. Obviously, Oscar Bobby just broke his leg. They've only signed one player, just like you guys have only signed one player as well. They only won the league by what? How much? 2 points? Do you know what I'm saying? So there's not much in it. Like if Spurs didn't have a mad vendetta against Arsenal, and that wasn't going through the players' heads, who knows? Son could have put that ball in the back of the net, and you lot could have held that trophy up. You see what I'm trying to say? So is there a world where Arsenal finish top of the league?
I'm just calling it now. I think Arsenal win the league. I think Arsenal win the league regardless.
Nah, they don't.
I think Arsenal win the league. It pains me to say it. It does pain me to say it, but I think Arsenal win the league regardless. I just think that it depends on what happens in the rest of the transfer window. But I just don't think that City are gonna. I don't think City have improved on last season.
Neither of Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Arsenal have. I think Arsenal have.
How have Arsenal improved?
I think Arsenal have.
How they improved?
I don't think you can underestimate.
Calamari is
another left back. You're joking. Another.
Yeah, but it's not about it's past positions though. It's about where you like how you they're playing zones now. It's not about positions to a degree.
Listen,
and it frees up like if Calafiori steps into midfield, it frees up Rice to.
Bro, you haven't even tried Timber at left back. He was injured all last
season.
Yeah, we did. So, bro, you bought a player who could play that position. He was injured for almost the whole of last season. You've literally not seen that player play that position, and now you're like, we're playing another left back.
But Timber is not a left. Timber is not a left back.
But okay, so you've got
to remember that Timber is a centre back.
Yo, but you've got Zinchenko. You've got Calafiori, Tomiyasu, Timber, Kiwior. You might sell, but the point is you keep buying. Also, now this guy's going to be an improvement on. So now you're saying he's an improvement on Zinchenko. I'm like, really?
I think he's an improvement on Zinchenko.
Defensively, 1,000% he is.
Is he offensively? Is he going to give you what Zinchenko gives you offensively?
Have you sort of seen him?
I think people overestimate what Zinchenko
like 20 minutes for you.
No, not for us. I mean, in Italia.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I'm not like he came from a Thiago Motta system. He played threes. He played centre backs. I don't know how closely that. The reason I like Solanke is because Bournemouth played a 4-2-3-1 pressing formation. Yeah, they play a so I know this guy can play in our formation. I don't know what Calafiori is going to do for you. I don't know what he's going to look like when Leon Bailey's running him down the like, bro. You tell me. Like £40 million to buy another defender wouldn't. Please,
yeah, but you're looking at him as a defender. It's like it's a build-up phase, though. Like Zinchenko, unfortunately, it was very important for us. Like he was a part of what transitioned our team from 5th to like competing for a league twice. And then when we lost him, we had to start playing Jorginho because he needs someone who can progress the ball. And Rice wasn't as good as it, and Partey was injured. And Calafiori does that. So you look at it as a defender, but it's more of an integral part of our build-up play because Ben White, he's very good, but he can't invert like Zinchenko. So when we had to change, and Arteta don't like changing one, like he had to change Ben White's game to cover up for Zinchenko. That's 2 changes. Now 1 change is more simpler in a way, and I'm not saying that it's 100% correct. It could go tits up, but it just makes sense for me. Do you know what I mean? And if he can play. If he can play there and Zinchenko plays midfield for Ukraine, if he can maybe go left 8 sometimes and help out in a double pivot, that frees up other players to play in certain other positions. Because Havertz has never lost a game for us playing up top. Never ever lost a game for us. Only games that were a bit shaky was at 8 when he was playing left 8. So he doesn't really have to do that now. And then Jesus can play and then they can kind of dovetail. So it's more about depth. Like defensively, I think we have probably the best depth in the league.
But Arsenal had the best defense in the league, and I think they're saying the issues were elsewhere in terms of maybe having Saka a rotational piece to give him rest, to maybe keep him on his toes, to maybe upskill. Everyone was talking about a striker. I know, Chinks, you weren't really a fan of that for Arsenal, having a striker, but other Arsenal fans were looking for like a winger. Do you know what I mean?
You know why this is amazing, yeah? Because you'd think, as Spurs fans who have had to have Harry Kane up top, who's like creme de la creme, and then for how many years you couldn't get no suitable rotisserie, or what did you just say? What was the word you just used? To not find an adequate rotisserie choice for Kane.
Yo, babes. I beg your pardon. So yeah. Now I hear what you're saying. I'm just talking about not you in particular, and I do hear your point, but a lot of Arsenal fans had concerns that, well, if we're going to bridge the gap to beat City, maybe we just need a different option coming off the bench when things are a little bit tight against Aston Villa. Una Emery's done a Una reverse on us. Maybe we can configure a different attacking option other than using Havertz in the 9. You get what I'm saying? So
Arsenal are in for Osimhen as well, aren't they? It's them and Chelsea, right?
I hope not.
No, Arsenal ain't going for no. I don't see it.
I don't see Arteta trying to vote like that.
Osimhen's his number should be 419 anyway, bro. That guy is a fraud, bro. He's a fraud. I hope Chelsea get him, because he'll be another striker that Chelsea just like do nothing with.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah. But I think Arsenal win the league regardless. Personally, I just think that Calafiori will be an important player. I think they've got players that are on the ascendancy as well. And look,
so you think City will slow down? Is basically they will drop the baton because why? Why is that?
I think that Alvarez was more important than people realize last year. I think he's going to be tough to replace. I think a lot depends on.
He played 50 odd games or something, didn't he?
He played quite a few games last year, but I think he deserves to be. Look, he deserves his move. He deserves to be the main guy somewhere. I think he's going to be very difficult to replace, and I just think that Arsenal have built on an already solid foundation. So look, it'll be tight. It'll be two or 3 points in it max. But I just see Arsenal doing it.
I mean, the reason why I bring it up is because every year people write off City, and then City do the damn thing each and every time. And I feel like Pep always reinvents himself. He just has a knack of getting the best out of the players, the squads. And I think, I could be wrong, he's prioritizing wingers this time. So he's looking to go a little bit more direct, in my opinion, with the Savio. We've got obviously Grealish, Doku, do you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for another winger. Maybe
Savio looks up, but I can't even lie. Savio looks good. I saw that guy. He came on and within 30 seconds, I was like, "Holy shit, this guy looks serious." So yeah, they are going to be a problem. Do you see what I mean? But I don't know. I just think it's Arsenal's turn.
Okay, cool. What's your top 4 again? Arsenal. Who else?
So for me, it's Arsenal, City.
Yeah.
And then I see.
Man U third?
No, I think United will get 4th.
Yeah.
So I think 3rd will be. It's going to be interesting. It could be Liverpool. It could be Villa. I think it's one. I think it's one of those two. Yeah, I don't see Villa dropping 2 or 3 places. I don't.
Hey, Chinks, he's tagging you in, right? So obviously he bigged you up to say that you're going to win the league. What's your top 4?
I don't know, man. It feels like blasphemy to say it, innit? It feels like blasphemy.
Well, you're allowed.
You can live if I'm allowed to say that.
Man, live, man. Go and drink your juice, man. Live it, man. You got your top off.
But you know what? I thought.
You know what I'm saying, man? Summertime.
You know what it is? I thought the last 2 years, this was it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe quietly, I haven't said it publicly, but I thought, yeah, you wait until watch. You wait, and then it just ain't happened. It just ain't happened, man. It ain't happened. So,
so whose fault is that then? If is there not a fault, but because you haven't made any
City, innit? It's City, man. It hurts. They're just that fucking good, and I hate it, bro. but they're just that. No, like the world shouldn't work like this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when you're growing up and like the guy who sells drugs has got all the women, all the money. Like, do you know what I mean? And you're out here struggling on the bus. Your woman's on your back. Your mum's telling you get your life together. You're a failure. Like, do you get what I mean? The world shouldn't be like this. You know what I mean? There was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Like, you know what I mean? It's just it shouldn't work, but this is just how it is, bro. They're just that fucking good, man. So, with all that being said, if we don't win it, fuck this, man. Fuck this,
You're out.
Man.
You're out.
I'm going fully atheist. I'm going fully atheist if we don't win it this year. I'm denouncing all organized religion. Yeah. Yeah.
Man's gonna start
I'm saying
rolling.
all my siblings, there's no Santa Claus and everything. But I go Arsenal, City.
Jeez, Arsenal to win, yeah.
And it gets tricky. I don't think Villa. I think Villa will more surprise people in the Champions League, like someone said in the chat. And you know all this talk about Emery. Sorry to get a little side jabbing on Emery. I think everybody hypes him up like he's good and he's great. This guy's just good. He's good at polishing turds. Do you know what I mean? He's good at taking someone mediocre and shit and making them look good for a while and then falling. Like, do you know what I mean? And just doing well for where you are, but nothing too amazing. So I don't see Villa doing much. Because it sounds silly to say Liverpool, considering their trajectory is the other way instead of upwards. Do you get what I mean? But
based on what though?
Because where did they? For what? Like the way that City have always been where City are, and we're competing with City now. That's Liverpool's job. That's Liverpool have meant to stop them guys doing that. Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe if we were both fighting, it might make them a bit more nervous. Then it's 1 in 3 instead of 1 out of 2. Like, do you know? They're used to a 2-horse race. They ain't really been in a 3-horse race to the end of the season. Like, do you know what I mean? So I feel like Liverpool have fallen away from the heights where they were. I think they're going out of cup competitions more earlier than they were at certain times and stuff like that. Like, do you get what I mean? So, but with all that still being said, I still think they'd be it's very lucky for them to get third though. Because think about it, like the team's on a decline and the manager isn't proven. But then the gap between Liverpool and fourth was how much points? It was
like 20 points. It was like 20 points.
Yeah, it was big.
You know what I mean? So to bank on a team closing that.
Yeah. They could fall off but still be just ahead of the team that finishes third.
Yeah. So I feel like Liverpool can still kind of get third.
But you have to remember, Chick, so the season before, Newcastle and Man United finished on 71 and 73 points respectively. It's only in this season that we both suffered this equal amount of injuries and we're 11-10 points behind. So if we go into this season with healthy squads, what's to stop us to kind of from swinging back in terms of closing in that gap with the additions that we've had?
No, Toon. They were like 20 points ahead of Tottenham. They were like 35 points ahead of you.
That's a big swing. I don't know what park you go to, but that's a big swing.
Yeah, bro. I see the way you're going, but the guy was gigantic.
Once, and it's like, this is where we're supposed to be. How do we get back to where we was? We made it once.
Listen, you're on the road to thirds, Preach. You packed up all of a sudden.
Using your logic just there, we'll be third. Using that logic there, what you just done, we'll be third in if you're going by positions.
But you're happy with third, so
I'm not. No, I'm just saying I'm happy with what we're doing. I'm not happy with third. I want to win. Look up behind me, bruv. I like to win trophies.
Trades, man. Are there any third place medals there?
So Toon, because we ain't really asked you serious questions. So you actually think we're going to be top 4?
Go on, Preach. Go on. Say that again.
No, I'm saying, so you actually think you're going to be top 4?
I think we'll be challenging for top 4. Yes, absolutely.
So we challenged for the title last season and didn't win. So what you're saying, you're challenging, but
I'll tell you what. I'll answer it even more directly. We've got a better midfield than you. We've got probably 2 of the better strikers than you. And so there's a lot of other stuff that we're not better. For instance, I think we've got a better manager than you so far as well. And our owner's got more money.
Talk your shit tune. Talk your shit tune.
Wow.
Yeah, but what have you not done though?
How
What
about
have you done to prove all of
How
them?
about that?
You've had money for a while.
How about that? We've had it for 2 years.
No, hey,
We've had it for 2 years.
Preach,
Don't try that.
preach.
Don't try
It's a
that.
touchy subject. It's a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject. Do you know how annoying it must be to have money that you're not allowed to spend, and you're in the
You've
shop.
had money for a while, bruv.
Yeah,
You've had money for a while. He's in Champions League. You know all this.
The worst thing is,
season.
everybody
You know what's
here
funny?
knows.
Yeah, you didn't even
Average.
stay in the Champions League that long for people to be talking
And
about
who was in our
one game
group?
a
Who was
season
in
and
our
all of
group?
that.
Who was in our group?
I'm not bothered. This Champions League.
I know you're not bothered. You don't want to hear it. Who was in our group, preach?
You're supposed to have top teams in the
Who
group.
was
It's
in
European
our
football,
group,
bruv.
preach?
What was you expecting? Luton?
We were in a group of death.
Just
PSG
that
couldn't
comment
beat us.
alone
By the way, we
comment alone
roundhouse
explains
kicked.
you're not
We
used to the
roundhouse
Champions
kicked
League.
PSG with Dan Burn.
Well
Yeah,
done.
we roundhouse kicked PSG
Well
with
done.
Dan
Well
Burn.
done.
You don't land in the Champions League. You don't land in that group
Don't
by
do it.
accident. You land in that group.
Exactly.
You land in that
Well,
group
you're-
because
you're-
the
you're not
Champions
telling me-
League
you're not
history
telling me
dictates
that.
what groups go.
Are you telling me that?
Been out for
Are
20
you
years.
telling me that? Are you trying to prove me on Champions League?
Look, everybody here knows. Everybody here knows.
I'm not gonna lie. That background preach now is actually working. It's working on this argument. It didn't work on the last
I'm
argument.
not lying, fam. I do this on purpose, bruv.
You're talking about money, but everybody here knows PSR is the only thing that's separating us from you, us from you.
Captain
Your
America,
owners,
let's go back. You think you're going to be
you
top
believe
four.
your owners' propaganda. You
Top four, don't
actually
deflect,
believe
bro.
that there's no deal. Okay, go on, top 4. What else do you
Yeah,
want to
top
say?
four. So you actually
Yes.
think you're going to be top 4 based on the fact that you was top 4 once a few seasons ago?
No, based on the fact that we've got a very, very good squad. We've got an excellent manager. We've got owners that want to spend money, and we've got a style of play and identity. We have absolutely mold teams. On our day, we can mold teams. And people were hyping up Aston Villa last year. What happened in the first game? We clapped them 5-1, bro.
Yeah,
So,
we
and what did we do?
We beat you 2-1.
Nah, you see, you've asked me a question. You've asked me.
No, I'm just saying you can't use these examples.
Now your chest has come out, right?
Yeah, my chest has been out, bro. My chest has been out. I'm Superman.
No.
I'm Superman. I was letting you shoot. You remember when you had the handcuffs on and he said, "Yeah, they feel better."
Your chest has
That's
been
what
out.
I was doing. I was just saying, "Yeah, let him feel
your
good.
chest has been
Let
out.
him feel good." Like, and then now I'm just like, "Pow, no handcuffs." What?
No, it just hasn't been out. It just has been out like that guy that will talk to plants and stuff like that. It's not like it's not been out like Superman.
The plants are growing. They're not dying, man.
So you're competing for the number 1 spot, right?
No, what? So you,
Nah, yeah, all right.
Yeah, don't try that one.
So me and you preach. Me and you are competing for the top for the 3rd spot, right? Me and you competing for the top 4.
So you actually you just think you're going to be better than Spurs.
This is brilliant.
You're already better than Spurs and Man United. So you think you're going to be better than Spurs and Man United?
I know that when we want a player, we get him. We do our best to get him.
Oh, that was low.
I know that.
Listen, you've been buying players.
I know that my owners don't embarrass my team. I know that.
Well done. You buy players.
I know that when teams come up against Isak and Gordon, they're scared. They're more scared than Darwin Núñez and Gakpo. I know that. I know that when our midfield goes against your midfield, you guys don't want it.
What did they?
I'm not gonna lie. I think Gakpo is gonna cook this season. You know, I do.
What's he gonna cook? He's gonna cook some rice, bro. He's not gonna cook anything.
Don't sleep on Gakpo.
But Gakpo where? Playing where? Because do you reckon Gakpo will start on the left?
If you don't play from the left,
he's got to play weapons of mass destruction.
If you don't play from the left, that's a problem.
You've got Diaz and Núñez on the left.
Yeah, exactly. That's just squad depth in it. Like, we're just saying good players. We got good players in it. So,
but two. What's your top four? Can I hear like who's your winner?
So mine was Liverpool Spurs.
I gave my top four at the beginning.
Yeah, you didn't even say fourth
Oh,
as well.
I gave my top four. I said Man City, Arsenal.
Yeah.
The only kind of loose tooth is the third place for Liverpool, and that's because I got put off by a few moves they've been making. But I'll say Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'll say Liverpool for now, but it's getting worse and worse as the weeks drag on.
Yeah.
And between Newcastle and Tottenham for fourth.
Okay, cool. Jay.
Profiling, bro.
And you see me? That's
You free.
Look at him. She said, "Yeah, I'm free." Look. My dreads are in a bun already. Head over.
That is funny, man. Deep in the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I might as well say mine, innit?
Go on, say your one, and I'll say mine after.
Go on. This is going to be revenge. This is going to be
I'm talking about top four. I wasn't going to mention you. You weren't going to get mentioned. It's all right.
He's going to put Leicester there or something.
You're safe now. It's top four. Yeah. So now I feel like, do you know what? Because I think people forget that he was only 9 points off Man City. You get me? So I feel like it's going to be another 3-horse race. I actually feel it's going to be a lot more of a tighter title race than it was last season. And then Aston Villa's strengthened nicely, but I feel like they might have the same pattern as Newcastle did. I did mention you, sorry if I was in there. So like they're the surprise element. I think fourth is going to be between Villa and Spurs. But top three possibly end the same. But I do believe there's a chance Arsenal could change that. And if the hopes that I have for Liverpool come true, then we'll be up there as well. So
your hopes for third, right?
Pardon?
That's what your hopes are. You said for third.
If you can find that.
I didn't say that.
Don't be like Stefan and makeup.
I didn't say that.
Makeup
you said that.
Yeah. I feel like we'll be involved in there, but yeah.
I hear it. All right,
third minimum.
Jay, can you hear me? Jay.
His mind's elsewhere, boy.
I was having a moment. A prediction.
Yeah, top four. Yeah, top four.
Who to win the league? I see gonna go for. I see really gonna. I think this Bob injury is terrible for them. I actually think that's the kind of injury that changes the trajectory of a title. I know he's not played that much and stuff, but he was clearly getting earmarked for a decent sized role this season. And that's now. Are they going to buy somebody? How does that affect the setup of the team? I think Arsenal might do it, but for me, they have to do it. They can't not because there's nothing apart from winning the title that constitutes progress this season. You can't go second, and then not go first. Anything other than first.
We say that, but a lot of teams have finished second and then not gone on to win.
No, absolutely. But my point is that they have to, as in they have to do it because if they don't,
Jay, to the point where they're loving third place now. They don't even want to know about first and stuff. Just want to say that. Just put it out there.
No, definitely. But you know what? If they do win it, you know what? I'm going to say they're not going to win it just because I can't stand what the world would look like.
That was the most Kanye thing I've ever seen in my life.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I thought about it and then I realized.
I said, I'm not going to say where the lawyer was from.
Guys,
Jewish lawyer.
But lads, like, you know Stefan, yeah? If you want to give Stefan a league title.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I am an Arsenal fan, and that's horrendous. That is horrendous.
That's a point.
Imagine
That
Stefan with a league title.
Oh, that is horrendous.
I'll be going on sabbatical in that group,
Bro, I'd have to leave the chat. There's no way I'm staying.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm staying in a chat where Stefan's champion.
Jay,
don't give me that shit, man. Don't give me that shit, man.
That's why your team hasn't won a title for 30 years. Like,
I legit agree with that. I cannot. Stefan is the one reason. He is the one reason that Arsenal cannot win this league.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. I'm gonna go City, Arsenal. You know what? It's a tough one.
It gets tricky here. It gets tricky.
My thing is that is my manager gonna give me upward mobility for my team? But it could be that he gives me upward mobility and it's not enough. We were 16 points behind Liverpool last season.
Big gap, bro.
Yeah. So my thing is can we go up 8 points and then go down 8 points?
No, but you're in a better position than you was last year, and you done well.
That's my
last
point.
year.
But the league's stronger. It's like so.
But you're a year stronger in your philosophy though as well.
No, but the thing is like, for example, we took 4 points off United. Yeah. Are we gonna take 4 points?
Thanks for reminding us.
Do you know what I mean? Like we took 3 off Newcastle.
I feel like that's possible.
Newcastle took 3 off. Do you know what I mean? There's certain games where I'm like, I'll go. Liverpool have looked all right pre-season.
They look very good.
I could see the contract rebels down in tools if it's not cooking. Yeah, like motivation. Let me stay fit for my big move. Let me not strain myself. Blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna go Liverpool just third over Spurs.
Spurs top 4, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I've got same top 3, and I'm gonna put United in there only because I agree.
Oh man, I was hoping for a clean sweep of no United in the top 4.
No.
Anyone.
I think United. How many points were you off Spurs?
A lot.
They were 8.
8 points.
8 points, same as us. We're both on 60.
8 points, yeah. I just think with those centre backs coming in, I think that was a big issue for Man United, and I was trying to figure out Chelsea. They've got a good attack, but their defense looked miserable. And I thought whoever's got the better defensive structure, they're the ones that are going to progress into that top 4. Spurs on paper, I think our backline looks strong, but then I'm not sure about our depth. That's what worries me. I think we concede a lot of goals. If we can stop conceding at the rate that we did last season, then yeah, we could get top 4, no problem. But I just think just trying to outscore teams, I don't see that as a what's the word? I don't see that as
sustainable.
Sustainable, yeah, that's the word. Sustainable. That's my thoughts on it. I think Villa, Champions League, they've obviously brought players in, but have they improved the squad compared to what Douglas Luiz was? I'm not too sure. And then on top of that, West Ham do look better, but I'm just not convinced that they're going to have enough to get anywhere near the top 4. But they will take points off other teams. And Newcastle will be there amongst because they got 1 game a week. I think they'll be a lot fresher. I think when we played them, they were mad tired. They looked so tired in many games. Trippier was arguing with the fans. I remember that. Mess. But I think this season, if they get 1 or 2 signings through the door, they could do it. They could get 5th, I reckon. 5th. Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Anyone, I think the top 2 are nailed on, and I think it's between 5 or 6 clubs fighting for those next 2 places, if we're honest.
What teams do you think have made the best signings just off the back of that?
Gosh, nobody's
West Ham, innit? West Ham.
Probably top. Oh, in the top 6 or the top, like in general? Do you think?
Oh yeah, good question. Yeah, I'd say top 6.
If it's top 6,
West Ham's anomaly, not anomaly.
If it's top 6 for me, it's Tottenham.
Yeah, you've made the most, innit?
With
who's made the best signings this summer?
Yeah, the top
yeah,
6.
So far. Everyone can say their piece. Go for it.
Out of the top 6 or the big 6, because there's a difference.
Big 6 then.
The big 6. So for me, I think Tottenham. I think Solanke's a better striker than Xerxes, and in terms of signings, I need to learn a little bit more about Bergvall and Archie. Well, I know obviously a bit more about Archie Gray. I think he's going to be phenomenal for you guys. So I can't remember if you made anybody else, but out of those 3 that I know of, I think it's Tottenham so far.
Gomes?
I think United have done great transfer business. I think we've done really good transfer business. I think Euro was a good buy for the future.
Yeah.
For I'll say medium and long term. I think people don't want De Ligt to work out, but I think De Ligt was a good signing. Thomas Tuchel likes to play part of the bus football and counter attack, and De Ligt isn't that guy. De Ligt is the guy that's gonna. He built a career on bringing the ball out and playing a high line. I think Xerxes was a really good buy as well. And I think if we can get Ugarte over the line, then I think our midfield will look a lot better. So I think United have done really good business. But I think people underestimate what Villa have done too. So I'd say Villa have probably made.
We're not the big 6 though. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, out of the big 6, I'd say United has done the best transfer business.
And then you're saying Villa creeps in there, and then West Ham.
I think West Ham, yeah. But if we're just talking big 6, Villa, Spurs,
yeah.
I think Arsenal, even though it's only 1, has done really good transfer business. And then Chelsea, who knows? It's just scattergun stuff, isn't it?
Interesting. Preach. Obviously, you haven't made a signing yet, but who do you think?
I'll go with Spurs. Solanke's the only transfer that's like improved the squad. Other than that, I think everyone just bought players to do the same thing before. I'd say like Arsenal.
No one's improved then. No one's improved. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying we don't know really until we see them play. But I just feel like
in your opinion, like
they're saying they've just bought this. They just bought new players to do the same things. Same with Arsenal. I'd say Arsenal due to the Havertz signings. Like I understand what FaZe is saying in terms of why they got a new left back. So like he's got history of like doing signings that we don't understand why and works out. You get me still. And then again, what FaZe said about Ben 10, innit, about his tactical awareness and that. So So I'll stay Tottenham definitely the Solanke buy, but I don't know if it's like it's the best thing in it. But I don't know if it's the thing that they needed.
What do you think they needed then? What was it? What do you think they needed?
I don't know. I don't know where it is, fam.
Fair enough.
I don't really know where it is.
I thought you knew. No, that's why I asked. Sorry, it wasn't to catch you out.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know where it is. What Spurs need still.
All right, cool. All right, so you say Arsenal had the best, in your opinion, the best window so far.
Yeah, they've done good now. Say Spurs has done the best since the Solanke one.
Yeah.
Arsenal was like you don't know in it until you see it. It's one of those for me.
So you say Arsenal's one signing is better transfer activity overall than the 4 or 5 players that United have brought in.
It was kind of like Liverpool's situation, innit? Like we only needed one like extra player, innit? Like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You get me? Like where you're saying like, well, we need 5, like, and then plus like, yeah.
I hear it.
Like they might have had a better window, but what team's going to finish in a better position due to their transfers?
Yeah, they could get
who improves the team is what I'm asking. Like in terms of transfers.
Yeah, but if we buy one player and it improves us from 2nd to 3rd, and Man U sign 5 and it gets us from 8th to 4th, isn't Firth worth more than fourth? Or like, do you get what he means?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Would agree. But to be
But
honest, sorry to cut you, but
that Arsenal are going to win the league, though, yeah.
I didn't. Silly me. I hope we do, man. I hope we fucking do. But Man U, you've signed a good amount of players. I'm just looking at the transfers here. Yeah.
Yeah, but they've always been signing players.
No, true.
Like we keep talking like.
But it's the type of players.
They got Euros 50 M's, Delit 65 M's, Xerxes 50 M's, Mazzari 30 M's. You lot have spent money.
I don't know what you're reading there.
This is transfermarket.co.uk.
Yeah,
is that wrong?
That's terrible. So
what's wrong? The money or the players?
The fees.
The money.
Oh, it's euros.
Yeah, so euros. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know you spent that much money. I think you might have spent the most.
You spent less than Spurs. Spurs have spent the most. I think Spurs have spent 119.
No, it's 190. It's always like
euros, and it's probably plus add-ons, isn't it? It's probably plus add-ons.
This is all including add-ons as well. That's
why probably including add-ons.
We bought Solanke, Bergval, Gray.
No, we didn't buy Bergval.
To be honest, Solanke says 40 million euros on this. Solanke only says 40 million euros.
No, it was 30 million plus add-ons. I think
which will take it to.
We paid 30 million up front, and then across the 4 or 5.
It's 57 million all in.
Yeah, all in.
Yeah. That's not bad business though on the back end.
Yeah, 57 million is not ridiculous for Solanke. It's not bad.
I'm gonna remember that, Jay.
We get a little something. We get a little something.
Listen.
Get a little money.
You're welcome.
Listen. You guys bought Isak off a 6-goal season.
No, but it was a good buy though.
No, I'm not cussing Solanke. I'm saying like if when Newcastle make a big purchase,
let's not go to no. Listen, like Tonali,
it's PSR.
I criticize Tonali for being a gambling bum. I've never mentioned him.
What do you criticize Basuma for?
Oh wow! Whoa!
When have you ever heard me defend Bazuma? You can send that crack addict out of my team as well.
Wow.
Listen, the way I'm looking at it is obviously fees are fees, yeah, and obviously you got to pay what you got to pay to get it over the line. But United's, yeah, like you're making me go back on my words, Yoms, because you've been a little bit too cocky last 20-25 minutes of the show. So now I've got to push back on everything I was saying and be like, well, let's be honest. Where's your goals? Where are the goals in your team at the moment?
Well, we'll be wanting players to stay fit. We'll be wanting Rasmus Højlund to
step up. Xerxes to step up. You're asking players to step up. You're not asking them to continue. Where Spurs have got Richarlison, who had 12 goals in minimal minutes. Solanke, who got 19 goals.
That's a similar. That's
19, 20. No. No. You had no players who touched 19 goals in the league last season. We now have 2. Spurs have 2 players that scored 19 goals in the league last season. You had 0. Yes, Richarlison 12 goals as well. Spurs have got strikers who were scoring goals last season. You have youngsters with a lot to prove.
You know what he's saying? You're 20 stone overweight. You lost about half a pound, and you think you're the lick now.
I was picking United up, but Yoms just had to take it too far, bro. And now we have to look at it. You
let me know.
Reality. Now you have to
let me know. You let me know. Richarlison and Højlund posted very similar numbers last year, right? So I'm not even.
Who played more minutes, Richarlison or Højlund? And in the league,
I don't know.
Okay.
In the league, I don't know. But
let's see what this guy's saying actually, because you know what, I feel like you are fake news.
You lot spent 39 minutes grilling me, and then at the end of the show, you lot have just been breaking down everything you were saying against me as well.
10 goals.
The best signing is no signing, isn't it?
Injuries. Young's mentioning injuries. You went back on your words, bro. You said injuries. I heard you say it.
Yeah, injuries was a massive factor for him.
I said that
A massive factor for us.
it was for us last season as well, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't allowed to be used, didn't it? Like, I'm saying
No,
now,
not for me. Not for me. People have been telling me about how much I talk about injuries, but people pretend it's not a thing when it's not their club. Injuries is a massive thing.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
we had quite a few injuries last season. If we don't have the same, but you was talking about.
No, but yours are significantly less than what Man United, Newcastle, and Chelsea have gone through. And
last season, we had quite a few last season. It was just one season.
Yeah, it doesn't come near us.
I never said it was near you. I said we had a lot more than normal. Innit? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a competition. I want proper competitions where you win trophies. And
we talk about context.
I want to win who's got more injuries, bruv. I don't want to.
Okay, so if you had the equivalent of McAllister, Van Dijk, and Salah out for 3 to 4 months out of the season, there's no way on earth you guys went top.
We had Trent out. We had both our left backs out. Salah injured. African nations. Loads of players. Jota was out. Like, we had loads of players. Diaz was out. Do you get me? Remember, Diaz is all still getting over his parents getting kidnapped and all of that. Like, there's loads of things. Like, there's just loads of things. Like, you get me? So I'm hoping if these things don't happen, that
you're going to compete for the league,
and we can still give our squad a chance. That's what I'm saying, innit? But it's funny that it was 39 minutes of grilling, but I've realized there's a lot of things that you was using as defense for your own teams as well. So I'm like, and now reality is
the grilling. I don't think for me the grilling was about the transfer activity. That's what.
I get it. But it's the banter. I like it. Was fun. Yeah. It was fun while it lasted, innit? But like when I asked top four, the reality is it was hard for you not to say, but you said it. You followed through and you said it. Liverpool third, even though it's hard. Some said just third.
He's been taking notes.
Listen, I do listen. I listen to you lot, you know. I rate you lot. I listen to you lot still. Yeah, man.
Guys, we're gonna just talk quickly and then end the show just about the fixtures coming up, because we are coming to that stage where Man United do have that first game against Fulham, and I just want to hear some predictions about the first game week. And guys in the chat as well, if you can, I want some predictions on who wins and who does what. You know what I'm saying? So I've got Man United this Friday, guys, 8 o'clock under the lights, Old Trafford, Fulham. Who wins it?
Why the fuck are we the first game though?
Smith Rowe
the first game needs to be
it's not Fulham.
The winners of the league versus the team who gets promoted top. That's normally the first game. Why the fuck are we the first game?
Yoms, no.
I just want to know.
Yoms, please.
Is it because we're too big a club and they know that City and they know that City? Nobody don't watch City.
Yoms, that's not the reason. The reason is they all know about the brilliant business that you've done this summer, and they want to see these players.
Do you know what it is?
The lights. That's what we're here to do. So
they just want.
Why don't you show us how it's done, Yom?
They just want the biggest. They just want the biggest.
How it's done,
Look, I've got no beef with playing first. I'm just asking, why are we first? And the reason why we're first is because they know that people, end of the day, no matter what's going well, no matter what's not going well, people turn out to see United, innit? People tune in from Spain, Italy, Germany, America. People tune in it. That's why they're putting us there. City ain't got no fans. That's why they're not even. How can you win the league 5-6 times in a row and you're not even opener?
Well, because people are afraid. People don't want to see greatness. They want to see losers. And so that's part of it. I'm not kind of.
That is a terrible argument.
It's true, but it's true though.
Absolutely.
It's a great answer. Why don't people want to see the best team playing the best football with the best manager and the best squad? They'd rather see a team who can't defend, who conceded more shots on their goal than the relegated sides of Derby. Why do people want to see that?
You know how bad we are. We are so bad.
Exactly.
That we finished with the same amount of points as you last year. We are so shit that we finished with the same amount of points as you. That's how shit we are, bro. Despite not having the defense, despite not having the midfield, despite not having no goals, despite Rasmus Højlund being shit, despite Rashford not scoring any goals, despite Garnacho not passing, despite playing a centre back at left back, despite Onana being spaghetti hands, we finished on the same amount of points. That is how shit we are. And you, man, when are you playing? Look at that, 3 o'clock on a Saturday when nobody can watch the game unless you got IPTV. Fucking
You do have Satan on your badge.
That deserves the box office. You know when box office ends a rant. And that's what's over to you, Ash. I'm done. That's why I keep schooling you. Ash, just bye.
WrestleMania.
I love this place.
But yeah, score predictions, Ash. To answer your question, for me, I'm going 2-1 United home win.
2-1 United. All right, cool. Toon, what's your prediction for United?
Gosh, I'm just looking at your teams. Oh, it's so difficult, man, because Man United are coming on a wave of, this has changed. We're going to be different this time. I put the crack pipe down. I will be there for your swimming lessons. I promise I won't leave you by yourself at the shop. The social worker won't come round anymore. And then you've got Fulham, who have made changes. They got
Croydon and Messi, bro.
They've got Croydon and Messi. And they did beat you last time 3-0 at your own ground, wasn't it? Last year.
Wow.
Maybe that's what the TV crews are tuned in for.
Oh.
I'm gonna go for 2-2.
Don't you dare, bro. No, it's gonna be 3-0 Fulham. No, write that down, Ash. Toon said it's gonna be 3-0 Fulham.
Man, that is prediction for him. Yeah.
You're doing that. I see what you're doing there. Hey. Who's next, man? I'll say naturally now. Chinks. What do you reckon?
You know what? Yeah, I think Fulham have. Was it Traore, Iwobi, Smith Rowe, Raul Jimenez, Carlos Vinicius? He's got the same name as the other guy.
No João Palhinha.
I know he's a big miss. I don't know if it's my affinity for Smith Rowe. But
Iwobi, link up.
Do you know what I mean?
And dangerous.
I think they're not going to be a pushover. I think it's going to be a difficult game. I think it could be a
2-1 follow me, yeah? Manuiz. What's his name? Manuiz.
Smith Rowe brace.
Woo!
Smith Rowe brace.
Damn. Then I'm under pressure on the first game.
Yeah, but I think that'll kick him into gear to sort his shit out. It's a beneficial loss for Man U. Man U should do him, but Fulham will look good. Fulham will look good, man.
Be upset with them. All right, cool. Preach.
Yeah, I agree with Toon. I'm going for 2-2 as well.
Go for a draw. I'm going for a United win at home in front of their fans. But I agree, man. I think it won't be smooth sailing. I think some of the same problems that have come from the last season will still be there because it's basically Thursday now. And it doesn't look like they're going to sign a midfielder between now and Friday. Pretty much got, just over 24 hours left. So, yeah, I don't trust Casemiro in that midfield, me personally. But Kobe's the guy, so he's going to help them get over the line, in my opinion. But, yeah, we move, man. Ipswich, Liverpool. Preach to me, man.
Well, last just quickly was
sorry, Jay.
It's cool. Like United probably will win, yeah, but let us not forget. No, I was like, hold on, because I remembered something. I was eating some late night curry, and I didn't even warm it up like an animal, just like eating. It wasn't in the fridge, though. Like, I'm not a fucking ogre. Like, okay, so I was there and I was just listening, and I was like, where's I hear this kind of level of bravado? And I was like, it was like this last season before United played their first game, and then United proceeded to get the ass whooping of a lifetime from Wolves. Somehow they won the game, But I think we all remember that game. Wolves whooped them for 90 minutes, up and down the pitch, numerous one-on-ones. It was a travesty that United even punched their player out at the end of the game and they didn't get a penalty. So all I'm saying is first game of the season is always wild. But I think I'd be interested to see what Fulham can do. Narrow, late United win. Late United win.
All right. Last minute winner, yeah. All right, so preach, man. As I said, preach to me, man. Ipswich.
Yeah.
You telling me away?
Yeah,
Newly
3-0.
promoted, potential banana skin? Or
No, 3-0. 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
I feel like we'll just see like a nice advert between the class.
Jeez. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah.
Cheeks.
What, Liverpool Ipswich?
Mm.
Well, Arsenal Wolves. Pool are gonna do it, man. It's gonna be a rude awakening for Ipswich in the Premier League. Yeah, man. Even if the score isn't phenomenal, they're gonna be worked, boy. They're gonna get worked. They're gonna earn their wages that week, boy. I'm telling you. Yeah, they're gonna get done, man. I'll go for a 3-0.
Toon, do you think Ipswich can surprise people with their style of play, their possession-based play, their managers being talked up quite a bit? But obviously, Liverpool have had a great pre-season, to caveat that. So where do you see?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Early kickoffs that Liverpool keep getting as well.
Yeah, they keep getting those early kickoffs. I'll be honest, I haven't seen. It's harsh judging the team I haven't seen play in terms of Ipswich. But I'm just looking at, in fact, the average age. Liverpool are older than them. They're also average height, taller, bigger, stronger than them. They're also Ipswich got 5 of their first team players are injured from what I can see.
Stress.
So that's just insane. I see a 4-0 victory for Liverpool.
Yeah, jobbing. Okay, cool. Yeah, Yoms.
Yeah. This can only go one way, really, innit? But Ipswich will be up for it at home, first game of the season. They might surprise a few people. I don't think it's going to be the drubbing that people think it's going to be. I reckon it could be like a 2-0. But Ipswich will be up for it. I mean, look, this the easiest time for a team talk, right? You've got the potentially the biggest game that you've played in goodness knows how many years
at home.
Early kickoff, Saturday sunshine, all of that stuff. So they'll be up for it. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park for Liverpool by any means. So I'll go 2-0.
Jay, Kieran McKenna. He's been praised quite a bit from his tactical nouts, possessional play. Amari Hutchinson, has been a little bit of hype around him. Liverpool, obviously, they've been storming through. Arsenal, they beat Man United as well. And they were quite humble with it as well. They thought a couple of teams a lesson, but what do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know how Ipswich are going to measure up. I know McKenna's a good coach. I want to see how they measure up. I think obviously Liverpool should be too strong for them in this now, but I think early morning kickoff, first game in like the Premier League in how many years? Like we're talking over a decade. So this is a gigantic game for them. They're gonna turn up. Like if you're a tactical coach who's highly rated, who you saw he was United spoke to him, Chelsea spoke to him. That's the level of this coach. This is your proverbial coming out party. I think I kind of agree with Yoms. I think obviously Liverpool win, but this is you remember when Hodge took Southampton to Alex, and Alex was like, whoa, steady boy. Like,
what's happening there? Yeah.
I feel like it could be one of those kind of games. I just don't think Ipswich have the players to beat Liverpool. But in pre-season, didn't Liverpool lose to Preston behind closed doors or something? All it took was, missing a few chances, a cheeky wonder goal, and boom. So, yeah, we'll go with like a 3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, I was thinking more of the same as well. So, but I don't want to copy, so I'm going to say 2-1. But But I think Liverpool will create a lot of chances. I was impressed by them. I watched a game of them in pre-season, their last game, and I thought Jota was exceptional up front. I thought he looked really sharp. He always does, to be fair. And I do like the way Slot builds up. I think it's a little bit more intricate, but the possession they do, it's not so gun-ho, but it's still attacking. It's really slick football, really good to watch. So I think Liverpool get the job done. Cool. Arsenal, Wolves, preach.
Yeah, Arsenal, comfortable, maybe 2-0. Yeah, just kick it off. First game of the season. A lot of like the expectations on what they need to do on this season. Like, they need to just kick off right for their minutes. So I feel something like a comfortable win, definitely. So like 2-0.
2-0. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Preach. I mean, sorry.
Chinks.
Chinks.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's a 2-0 because I don't think our attack is firing at the moment as good as it actually could. So I'll go with a 2-0 as well. And quickly about the view, how the fuck is Liverpool versus Ipswich televised and our game isn't? That's disrespectful.
Yeah. I think it's just a shots fired again as well.
You know what I mean? It's proper heritage with this Premier League.
Yeah,
That's what's wrong with this country.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Rude.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
I think that plays in a part in why Ipswich will lose. Them games are hard.
Yeah, hear it, man. 2.
Yeah, I think it'll be 2-0 Arsenal. I want them to see if Arteta probably wants to start slow again in terms of the Premier League itself and doesn't go all out but tries to end the game in the first half. But I mean, I watched the last 6 games between Arsenal and Wolves, and Arsenal have been winning convincingly, conceding very little goals. So 2-0 Arsenal for me. 2-0 Arsenal for me.
Cool. Yoms.
I don't know. I think this one is the one where there's a lot of goals because I think Wolves will try and play. I think Wolves without Neto, it's not going to be the same. I reckon Arsenal take full advantage of the spaces, and I think Arsenal win this one, maybe like a 3 or 4. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0, cool. Jay.
So yeah, I guess I'm leaning a little bit more towards what Yom said. I saw, Wolves last season when they had like Neto, Cunha, Hwang, they were like a proper team, could play anybody, and it's a tough game. Like, as in, if you're going away to them and they've got those players, you might lose. Like, do you know what I mean? It wouldn't like so. Seeing them taking Neto out, they've lost Kilman as well. Like, those are quite big losses to the team. So yeah. I don't know what they've done to replace. I know they bought a winger. I can't remember what his name is. He looks all right, but
he looks good.
It's a lot. It's a lot to ask them to go to Arsenal without their captain and the guy who organises the team and defence, and expect them to be able to just, play to a certain level. So yeah, I think maybe 3-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, I think the preseason's been up and down. Gomez is the player they signed.
Gomez, yeah, he looks quite good. Like,
yeah, I like. But yeah, I agree, man. In terms of what they had last season compared to this season, can they keep up a second season and be impressive against the title favourites or title challengers in Arsenal? I think it's just too much to ask too soon. Yeah. So I think Arsenal get that over the line. Yeah, it could be impressive, could be a slow start. I'm not too sure, can't really call it. So I'll go for a 2-0 as well, man. I'm going to be conservative. Everton, Brighton, I just want the scores. I don't even want context, bro. I just want to get to the juicy ones. Everton, Brighton, Breach.
Brighton, 1-0.
1-0, cool. Jinx.
Everton, man. Everton, rough them up.
Yeah?
Rough them up, very boy.
Sean Dyche. Yeah. Cool.
Dyche them up.
Yeah, Dyche them up. 2.
3-2 Brighton.
Nice. Cool. Yoms.
this could be anything. I'll go draw.
Sure. Because they got a new manager, haven't they? So it's hard to say. Jay?
I'm gonna say that the Brighton manager learns the easiest and clearest Premier League message on the first day of the season about dice ball. Smash and grab Everton, maybe 2-1.
Yeah, for me, Brighton a bit of an unknown quantity. So I know what I'm getting with Everton in terms of set pieces and how they build up. So Everton at home as well. Brighton, they've got a few players I like. They've signed a new winger, but I'm still going to go for Everton. 1-0, I think. 1-0 to Everton, I'm going to go. Let's go to Preach. Newcastle, Southampton.
Are we skipping these ones, like the quick game?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
What's that say? I don't know. St. James Park, you can get points there. No. Southampton. No. I think maybe something like a 2-1 to Newcastle.
Cool.
Definitely, yeah, a win for Newcastle by one goal.
Jinx.
Yeah, Newcastle, man, do it, man. I think this might be a 3-4-0, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
High ratings there.
Yeah. I think Tonali is important, man. I think you see
he's not playing. He's playing in the third or fourth game.
But I think that's why I think so highly for Newcastle this season. I think he was a big part in their transition and stepping stone. I think I've said it so many times, and they missed him last season. So I think he puts them back on that upward trajectory they were on.
2.
I've got to do a pre-match preview for this. I think without knowing Southampton too well, I know they've got one of our strikers, old strikers there. I have to learn about them. But, St. James's Park, Saturday.
In the sun, in front of the tune.
In front of the tune. Oh, man, I think it's going to be... I feel terrible because I haven't studied Southampton. But obviously studied us. I'm going to 3-0. 3-0 Newcastle.
Cool. That's cool, man. That's what we're here to do. Jay?
Oh God. I don't rate Russell Martin like that. Like, I think he's just like, and he's one of these. Some people are like, why do you rate him? He's just like Ange. I'm like, well, he's about to try and do what Spurs did last season with far inferior players. So
he plays the high line.
Yeah, high line, high possession, big risk. But he's trying to do it with fucking Will Smallbone pivot. Do you know what I mean? Like the fuck. So I'm gonna say, yeah, maybe like a 3-1 for Newcastle. The only reason I'm not gonna go more is because that Newcastle game that they played against Nottingham Forest last season still left a bitter taste in when Newcastle were just ridiculous, when Forest were just countering you like madmen. And I just remember thinking it was a naivety that I hadn't seen, and I don't even think it was down to the plays you had. Your players just played stupidly in that game, so we'll see.
Cool. I'm gonna go for Newcastle. Yeah, should be 3-0, man. Straightforward 3-0. Southampton, I don't think they have anything for them. Let's talk about Forest. Bournemouth quick. I'll just start off. I think Bournemouth get the job done. I don't think Forest have done anything to improve their squads, and it's quite worrying if I'm being honest. I feel worried for them, but they've obviously held on to a few players. But yeah, Bournemouth, I expect them to win 2-0, low scoring game. Yeah. Breach.
0-0.
0-0.
Cool. Yeah.
Chinks.
Yeah, Bournemouth. But to be honest, I genuinely don't care. Just go every way but Bournemouth, man. They signed Sinistera. I'm hoping he does something. I like him.
They've lost their striker, to be fair, as well in Solanke, so who knows? But yeah, 2.
Yeah, 2-1 Bournemouth.
2-1 Bournemouth. And Jay?
1-1.
1-1, draw. Okay, cool. West Ham Villa. I'm gonna go
Claret boys.
Hi, this is an interesting game. This is a
It's
game
very interesting.
I will watch this.
I'll watch this game.
I want to watch this.
I
as
think
well.
they knew they were doing when they put this on. I'm gonna go for West Ham at home. I'm gonna go for West Ham win. Oh, is that no? Shall I? I don't know. I can't call it, bro. I'll be real. West Ham to win. Oh, I don't know if that's right. 2-1 to West Ham. Breach. I'm not sure about that, but yeah.
I get it. So I don't know. West Ham maybe just a home advantage. That's it. So yeah, West Ham. I don't know the score.
Yeah, we don't know the hype yet. We don't know if the hype is real, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. So, what do you reckon, Jinx?
Yeah, the devil, innit? I suppose Villa, man.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think Villa.
Getting them, man.
Yeah.
Bailey, man. Okay, cool. 2.
Now we're gonna learn what if the hype is real with these teams, isn't it?
Yeah.
Literally.
We're gonna learn the hype is real. 2-2.
Yeah.
2-2.
Cop out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Jay?
Yeah, no, 2-2 looks good. I think West Ham win. Actually, I'm like I said, if I don't think Villa are as good as they were last season, these are the kind of games you lose. Like they're the games you kind of like. I know people aren't. I think Douglas Luiz was so good last season, and the way people are just acting like losing Douglas Luiz isn't a big loss is quite surprising to me. Like I think that is quite a big loss for them. Kamara's not fit yet, which is a shame because he was good before he got injured as well. So, and then that actually just makes me laugh because obviously you see how many midfielders they've bought and they still got Kamara to come back to. Too many cooks, too many chefs, not enough servers. West Ham 3-1.
Cool. We'll talk quickly about Brentford and Palace, and I think Palace will get the job done. Their new strikers out. What? Palace versus Brentford?
Bro, like, do you not remember when we went to Brentford last season when Brentford had full team?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to see Glasner, man. I want to see Glasner ball, man. I want to see what Glasner does.
Carvalho now.
Yeah, but I still back in Palace, man. South London. I think Palace. Yeah, I think they'll do something. Man, against Brentford Sunday. I think 2-1. I'll go for Palace. Preach.
Yeah, Brentford. 3-2. Yeah, 3-2. Brentford. So.
Cool. Jinx.
2-2.
Yeah.
2. Cop out.
3-1 Palace.
3-1 Palace. Jay.
2-2.
Desmond. All right, cool. Big one, guys. Chelsea versus Man City. Any upsets? Bridge, they're at the bridge. Chelsea are. I think Man City still get the job done because they're leaky, the high line. We're going to find out real fast about the centre backs. Chelsea. So I think, Man City will get the job done. 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. 3-1 City. Preach.
Yeah, and they just lost the best right back in the world, Reece James. Some people would say
he injured again.
Yeah,
he's suspended anyway. He's suspended anyway for this game. Remember, he's got sent off in the last season.
Okay, but no, that was just a shot fired. But I think that's 4-1 to City.
Jeez, that bad.
Yeah,
whoa!
They just step up
under pressure, straight off the back.
Chelsea 1-0.
I respect it. 2.
Yeah, I think it all depends. Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, is that out of hope, or you really believe that things?
I couldn't even tell you, sir. Couldn't even tell you, man.
I think it depends on probably hope. I think it depends on what mood Man City are in. I I think it'd be the
Sorry
stimulus.
to cut you, Toon. That's such
Yeah.
because it really does. That's such a fucking because even the start of the season, it depends what mood they're in, innit? Because we all know they're a bit moody. Do you get what I mean? They're a bit moody.
Do I have to get up and do this again?
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? All right, we'll let you think, you know, we're gonna have some internal stuff. Let me talk. Like, I want to go south. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, all right, let's stop fucking about now, lads. Let's get together and do what we do. Like, they are a bit moody.
But they don't want to show too much at the beginning of the season, like to show people they're on fire.
Yeah.
And I think but at the same time, do you know what? 4-1. No. 4-0 City. 4-0 City.
Oh, no reply. Okay. Cole Palmer on them, man. This is quiet. Jay?
I'm gonna say yeah. I mean, Chelsea they're not. Yeah, Chelsea aren't keeping City out. That Bob injury, I keep saying, but he's played so much preseason and this and that. It is a bit of an issue. Not an issue, but like a bit of a setback for them. But yeah, I think City 3-1.
Martin makes a good point. In Palmer plus new coach, new manager bounce, City slow starters.
Do you know what? City starts slow, but I have a feeling that it's not disrespect when I say this, but I almost feel like they'll, without trying too hard, they're going to do well. That's the kind of feeling, because Chelsea are still trying to get themselves together. I just feel like, so that's the problem for me.
Yeah, I hear it, man. All right, cool, man. We've got our results in from the chat and from us. But yeah, man, I'm going to end it there. It's been a long stream, but I thought it was needed because it is the preview. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to see the Prem start. And our WhatsApp group's going to be crazy. I know everyone's up and down the country. Their WhatsApp group's going to be going off as well. I was going to do a little fantasy thing, but it's too much. It's too much. You have to be another time. But yeah, man, big up the chat each and every time. Love for the love. On the way out, guys, please do remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do that thing. It helps us to get seen. So please don't be tight like our chairman, man.
Oh, someone said, what about Leicester Spurs? Did we miss Leicester Spurs?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. You didn't even want it.
No, I'm joking. Come on, man. We got it in the bag, man. 3 points. I need to go through that.
I hear that.
Light one, man. What are we doing there, man? But like, yeah, I mean, on a serious, like, Leicester had a poor pre-season, which means nothing. But a change of manager, really negative.
Lost their best player,
and yeah, he just wants to part the boss. Spurs do struggle sometimes against a low block, but yeah, I think Monday Night Football under the lights could be a potential banana skin, but I just think Spurs have got it in to be the worst team in the league. I think Leicester will be, and they're going to get points deduction. So like their fans, they're not happy. I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, anyone else, Jay?
No, bro, we're gonna smash them up.
There we go. Say no more. I would ask for your lot's opinion, but doesn't matter. We'll save it for next week, man. Guys, love for the love, man. Any plugs? Any plugs?
Yeah, Toon Tactics TV, guys. Find me on YouTube, TikTok. I released a video today of my trip to Newcastle for the Cellar Cup pre-season stuff. See if I made it through the protests and all of that. So do check it out. And what famous footballer I got to take a picture with. Do check that out. And also look out for my pre-match review.
Was it Lewis Hall?
Huh?
Was it Lewis Hall?
It wasn't Lewis Hall. Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool, man. Guys, any final words before I end the stream?
No, man. Big up, man.
Big up, man.
Big up the chat. Big up the chat.
Yeah, big up the chat.
Always.
No, I haven't really got anything. Like maybe sing them out. Zooby, zooby, zoo. Nothing but love, praise. Nothing but love.
Peace.